Good.
My God, what was that? Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause. A big round of applause, firstly, in sequence, for our Samba dancers. Samba dancers, give your fans a wave. Give your fans a wave. All the Rotarians on the stage, give your fans a wave. Give your fans a wave. But the biggest round of applause for these amazing goggles. Where did you get these goggles from? Can you show your goggles to the entire amazing audience assembled here? Who thinks they've got the craziest, the funnest goggles? Sir, I would like to nominate DG Sandeep Agarwala. First, I would like to nominate. Who thinks, no, my goggle is the craziest? Sir, right there. So can you show it to your fans? Oh my God. Anybody else who thinks they can give stiff competition? Anybody else? We'll take in one more. Manini ma'am, right there. Ma'am, you have been involuntarily asked to show your goggles. Ma'am, can you show your goggles to everyone? Wow, that's crazy. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, before we officially begin, let's have a small contest, shall we? But the contest can only begin once all the Rotarians with their high power energies are standing. We'll have to get them to sit. Please come on in. So this is, the seating arrangements are just like in college. The last rows get filled first. But we'd love to see your lovely faces. So come on in at the count of 3. Count of 3, Rotarians, leaders, kindly get the best spot. Front row seat is where you belong. Spotlight is where you belong. So come on in. We have an amazing evening, an amazing afternoon lined up for you. So countdown. So can we give a countdown? 3, 2, 2.5. 1. All right. So all of those who are standing, no punishment. Please sit down. What else can I do? All right, great. So let's have a small contest before we begin. Let's see who's the most excited here. There are 2 columns, right? The column to my right and the column to my left. Column left, I understand your strength isn't as much as right, but I know for a fact, I can see it in your eyes, you can give stiff competition. Column to the right, can we have a shout out? Oh my God, sir, I think this can be heard in Siddharth, Hayat, all the hotels in Goa. All right, so that was pretty high. Column to my left, I will join you in. 3, 2, 1, woo! I think we can do better, ma'am. Ma'am with a lovely headband, I think we can do better. Left, can we give it another try? Oh my God. And the very heavy work of nominating the winner goes to DG sir. Sir, who do you think has won? Left it is. And now on to contest number 2. Okay, the beauty of these contests is the winner gets name and fame. All right, name and fame is what you get. Cameras are rolling right there as well. So yes, winners, keep an eye on the cameras. Contest number 2. Let's see who's the biggest patron of Rotary. And here patronage is directly proportional to the number of miles traveled. All right, so I have traveled a distant land of Mumbai, crossing the 7 seas. So I would like to start the bidding war from Mumbai. Anybody thinks that they can beat Mumbai? Anybody thinks that they can beat Mumbai? Greece? I say, sir, right there, the people from Greece are not saying anything, but the gentleman right there. London. Okay, anybody beating London? London it is for sure. Sir, but I would like to mention the flight from Mumbai to Goa takes 50 minutes, but getting to the airport is 3.5-hour job. Hence, I nominated myself. Anybody beating London? Anybody thinks they've beaten London? London? This lovely couple from Greece? Ma'am, we would like to self-nominate you. How many hours did it take to get here? 4? 4 hours? Wow, okay, that is pretty long. Okay, now contest number 3 in the last contest. I love Rotary Club because you're the best. Wow, okay, that's very honest. Can we have participation from the last rows? The gentleman right there. I love Rotary Club because I love it. I chose to love it. Fantastic. All right. Namaste, hello, and the warmest welcome to all you rockstar Rotarians and legendary leaders to the Alpha Conference, Polaris Reimagine the Future. Let's officially kickstart with the tradition at Rotary. We'd like you to give a big round of applause to yourselves. And like we always say in life, sir, we don't get a lot of opportunities to applaud ourselves. So when Rotary is giving you this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, why aren't you making the most of it louder? Louder, louder, louder. That's much better. Namaste, my name is Nikita Rana and I'm your host for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, the grandness of any show is directly proportional to the number of sponsors it has. And today would not have been possible without our amazing sponsors. So I'm going to quickly wrap through this bit. Let's give it up for our spectacular sponsors, Centrum, ICICI Bank, Maruti, Philip Capital. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye. Big round of applause to our sponsors for making it happen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem is a beautiful ode to India's diversity, unity, and strength. It's our honor to now play the national anthem of India, or Bharat. We request all of you to kindly stand up. Something about a national anthem that gets us all emotional. My God, absolutely beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to not settle down. Kindly stand up. Kindly stand up. Please remain standing. Atiti Deva Bhava translates to, in our country, guests are our God. And what better way to welcome Rotary International President's representative and past Rotary International Director, Ms. Katarina Kotsali Papadimitro and Mr. George Papadimitro, with the national anthem of Greece. Fantastic. Thank you so much. We request all our superstars present right in front of us to kindly settle down. Everybody who's just come in, kindly grab yourselves the best seat possible, which is the front row seats. You know that. All right. So if there's any song other than our national anthems that glue us all together, it is without the doubt the Alpha Anthem. So can we play the Alpha Anthem, please?
हर अच्छे काम की शुरुआत होती है जहां से, रोटरी का नाम रोशन होता है जहां से, रोटरी इंटरनेशनल में रहते हैं जो, रोटरी फाउंडेशन में सबसे आगे, रोटरी की दुनिया में जाने जाते हैं हम डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 के नाम से।
Wow, okay.
हर एक दर्द मिटाएगा ये, हर जख्मी दिल पर प्यार का मलहम लगाएगा ये, सबके चेहरे पर मुस्कान लाएगा ये, हर हाल में जीना सिखलाएगा ये, ना उम्मीदों को उम्मीद की किरण दिखलाएगा ये, गीत खुशी के सबके लबों पर लाए ये, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, रोटरी के फायदे सबको समझाएगा ये, रोटरी के अंदाज से जीना सिखलाएगा ये, भाईचारे और दोस्ती का सबक सिखाएगा ये, रोटरियंस में नया जोश जगाएगा ये, दीप खुशियों की खुशियों घर घर में जलाएगा ये, दीप खुशियों की खुशियों घर घर में जलाएगा ये, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 रोटरी, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 रोटरी का साल अल्फा है ये, हर क्षेत्र में अपनी सोच का दायरा बढ़ाएगा ये, उम्मीद से बढ़कर सफलता हासिल करेगा ये, नामुमकिन को भी मुमकिन करेगा ये, सारे जहां में रोटरी का परचम फहराएगा ये, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 रोटरी, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141, डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये।
Wow, okay, that was amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for that lovely anthem, superbly catchy. And DJ Sandeep Agarwala sir, I have a question, sir. Who are these professional actors that you have hired for this for this anthem? Can you have a big round of applause and a bigger round of applause for all the professionals who starred in our brilliant anthem? Fantastic. Thank you so much. Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, Rotarians, as you all know, are globally known for the warmest welcome in the most unique of styles, and what better way to show this than the perfect amalgamation of music and dance dedicated to the Supreme Being. Let's give a big round of applause and have on stage Alpha President Rotarian Kunal Kaushal, Rotarian Annie Ajanta Rath Mishra, and IPP Rotarian Sri Nandi. Can we have a big round of applause for them? Stars, stage is all yours.
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं। कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं,
कौन कहते
भगवान खाते नहीं, बीर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं।
मेरे शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं।
अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम,
अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम।
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम,
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं,
कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं। माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं।
माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं।
कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं।
गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं। कौन तुम सुंदरम दामोदरम।
अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, नाम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम।
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम।
Thank you.
Longer bask in all the glory. Come on out. A bigger round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our amazing champions. Thank you so much. That was absolutely stunning. My God. Thank you. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, by now you must have guessed if the start of the session is this energetic. How the entire day is going to be, I don't know. So let's find out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for our first segment, we bring to you the convener himself. Let's give it up for past president, Rotary Club of Bombay, Rotarian Ashish Vaid. Can you have a big round of applause? Sir, stage is all yours. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Can I hear it from you all? Good afternoon. When District Governor Sandeep, who is my brother, asked me to be the convener for the Alpha Polaris District Conference, I believed it was not such a difficult job and it would be a very, very easy task. The months of planning that went into this is truly going to give each one of you a district conference to remember. We have my president of the Rotary Club of Bombay, Vineet Bhatnagar. Vineet, where are you? Who took up the challenge. We have my dear co-convener, past President Fali Mehta, who guided us with his wise counsel. We have dear Paritosh Rumta, who is a one-man army in himself. And we have past President Vijay Jatia, who magnanimously opened his office and boardroom to us for our weekly meetings and for his wise counsel at all times. And we have RCB stars, past President Pradeep Saxena, past President Paul George, and our treasurer Manish Sampath. With such a formidable team, we got going into days, weeks, and months of planning this awesome event. It was indeed like a jigsaw puzzle, where every piece needed to fit perfectly to make this masterpiece, which you all will witness over these 2 days of magical bonhomie and Rotary brotherhood. I must recall here when once DG Sandeep Agarwala asked the audience at a Rotary meeting on one of his OCVs what Polaris meant. One bright Rotarian replied, "It's Paul Harris, the founder of Rotary." And it's been 118 years, and he would indeed be proud of the way Rotary movement has moved ahead in a century of its formation. RCB has risen to the occasion to support our DG Sandeep in hosting this grand event. I'm thankful to all the 700 odd delegates for being here this afternoon, and it is each one of you that makes Rotary strong and giving back to society in numerous ways. Each one of you is a star Rotarian, so please join me in applauding each one of yourselves. I believe the more you give of yourself, your time, and your money, the more Rotary is meaningful to you. I thank the entire team of organizers, speakers, and participants who have contributed in every way to make Polaris a memorable event. God bless all of you, and God bless Rotary. Thank you.
Rotarians and leaders can have a big round of applause for Mr. Ved. Mr. Ved, I understand you've already settled down, but there was a very small question. You mentioned about Polaris, right? And Polaris, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, is the brightest star. So looking at it, you know for a fact that you're in the right direction. You're at the north. So, and everybody has to help Mr. Ved. Mr. Ved, our question is, what makes each Rotarian a Polaris? Can we have answers? Answers from our lovely audience members and Mr. Ved. All shining stars. Wow. So that one goes for all of you. Anybody else? Audience members? Wow. Wow. Beautiful. Sir, I'm getting emotional. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, now moving on to our next segment. For our next segment, we bring to you the host club president himself. Let's give it up for President Rotary Club of Bombay, Mr. Vineet Bhatnagar. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye for Mr. Vineet. Mr. Bhatnagar, that was quite an entrance. I will try it the next time. Fantastic.
Good afternoon, everyone. Rotary International Representative Katarina and George Papadimitriou, immediate Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta, DG Sandeep Agarwala, First Lady Malini Agarwala, dignitaries and officials of District 3141, distinguished patrons of Rotary, Rotarians and their partners, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of every member of Rotary Club of Bombay, I welcome all of you to the Alpha Polaris District Conference 2023. It is really exciting to see that a shared value of placing service before self has brought us all together once again. It is also very encouraging to witness that an annual conference such as this aptly underlines the second hallmark of Rotary, and that is fellowship. As a proud Rotarian of Rotary Club of Bombay, a premier institution of service, my team and I are delighted to have the opportunity to play the role of a host club for this DISCON after 43 years. The two-day event is both an acknowledgement and a celebration for the volunteering effort of Rotarians. More than 6,000 in RI District 3141 across 100-odd clubs, and aggregating 1.4 million Rotarians across 200-odd countries in the Rotary International Network. So please give yourself, once again, a big round of applause for being a committed yeoman of serving the local communities and around the globe. As convener of this DISCON, past President Ashish Ved said, a lot of people have worked with full sincerity to put together this conference outside Mumbai. This is a first. The degree of challenge has been of a different magnitude, more than 750 registrations. But all of us are confident that each one of you will see our sincere efforts. We are also hopeful that you will find the event schedule that has some serious deliberations and some fun-filled entertainment, a perfect mix for a memorable event. RCB is in its 93rd year of service, and our club remains steadfast in its commitment towards service projects, membership growth and diversification, one of the top contributors to the Rotary Foundation, good governance, weekly lunch meetings, and a very strong fellowship culture. I would like to close my welcome address by playing a brief audio video of the legacy of our club, which many of us tell is a benchmark of Rotary ideals. Thank you and enjoy the next 2 days. The AV, please.
In the winter of 1905, a young lawyer met with 3 friends to discuss an idea that business people from different vocations could and should come together to celebrate fellowship, foster mutual understanding, and most important of all, to serve. In the interest of variety and camaraderie, it was decided that each member would play host in turn. And so, they decided to call it the Rotary Club. But our story begins in Bombay. On 19th March 1929, when James Wheeler Davidson organized and inaugurated the Rotary Club of Bombay, 38 charter members became the torchbearers of this prestigious body, which then became by the 1940s, with over 200 members, the largest in Asia, a heavyweight organization of the city, commanding influence and respect. The Rotary Club of Bombay follows 6 areas of focus for serving society: education and literacy, maternal and child health, community development, disease prevention and treatment, water and sanitation, peace and conflict prevention. In education and literacy, projects like Bhavishyayan and night study centers have made a big difference. In maternal and child health, the polio eradication project, one of the biggest achievements of Rotary worldwide, has virtually eliminated polio from the face of the earth. In community development, projects such as Gujarat earthquake alleviation, J&K flood aid and tsunami relief have helped society recover from natural calamities. In disease prevention and treatment, the Feroz Ratan Shah Vakil Eye Center at Talwada, Cancer Aid, RCB Cotton Green Medical Center, Ajit Deshpande Medical Center and the IWA Clinic are some of the initiatives that have shown unparalleled results. In water and sanitation, projects like the Jal Jeevan program for providing safe drinking water have brought a positive change, encompassing hundreds of thousands of beneficiaries in rural and urban areas across Maharashtra. In peace and conflict prevention, the Rotary Club of Bombay has facilitated Mumbai Police's training, with Scotland Yard and Dhirubhai Ambani have been a part of this illustrious club's journey of building a better society. Great minds like Keshav Mahendra, Ratan Tata, Deepak Parekh, Adi Godrej, Lakshmi Mittal, Mukesh Ambani and Ajay Piramo, just to name but a few, continue to be the pride of the Rotary Club of Bombay. There is only one Rotary Club of Bombay, and it continues to meet every Tuesday at 1:15 p.m. at the Taj Mahal Palace, as ever in service of mankind, just as it did.
Fantastic, fantastic, and truly fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress enough on how much I absolutely adore the title, the theme, everything that Rotary has, right? The Alpha Conference and of course Polaris. So Polaris question is over. Mr. Bhattakar's walk reminded me of an alpha. so one question, and everybody has to help Mr. Bhattakar answering this question. Okay, Mr. Bhattakar, so the question is, we need a very super short answer. Every Rotarian is an alpha, the leader, the chief, the commander. So what is it that Rotarians have, that one quality that makes them the alpha in the room? Mike, huh? Commitment. Anything else? Commitment? Are full bragging rights? Shout. This is your moment. You are talking about yourself. Empathy. Service before self. Fantastic. Beautiful. Can you have a big round of applause for everybody present here? Service without? Pause. Wow. Okay. Like relentless. Absolutely, sir. We couldn't agree more. Thank you so much. Okay. And now, superstars, it's now time to present to you the man of the moment, man of the hour, man of the day, you name it. Let's give it up for District Governor, Rotarian Sandeep Agarwala. Can we have a big round of applause for the one, the only, Mr. Sandeep Agarwala. Alpha DG Sandeep Agarwala is a quintessential Renaissance man, a third-generation Rotarian with a penchant for thinking big that is matched by his inimitable flair and doggedness. He's a man on a mission. In 1991, the Rotary Club of Bombay added to its rank a bright-eyed young man, 29 years of age, who went on to become the youngest president in the history of the club. DG Sandeep's term as the president of the Rotary Club of Bombay is remembered as one of the finest. Can we have a big round of applause? Be it in quality, impact of the service, projects, the caliber of speakers, the engaging fellowships, or the record fundraising. My God. His continued role in his club's affairs runs alongside DG Sandeep's work for District 3141. He's been a member of the PRIP Ron Burton appointed National Working Group for CSR Rotary India and an executive committee member of the Rotary India CSR National Committee, RICSR. He was awarded Rotary's Avenues of Services Award in 2016-2017 by Rotary International. He is the Ambassador Coordinator for RAM, the Rotarians Against Malaria Action Group, global responsible for the eradication of malaria on all India basis. He was the chair of the Program Committee for the Rotary International Presidential Conference held in Hyderabad in April-May 2022. The chairman, planning and the innovation on the core committee, RI Institute Zones 4 to 7, Visakhapatnam 2022. Felicitator trainer. Can we have a big round of applause? This bio will go on and on. Achievements will go on and on. Facilitator trainer for the GETS, GNTS at Abu Dhabi in 2022 and an advisor to the Rotary International Presidential Conference. Served to bring peace held in June 2022 in Houston. He's now been appointed as the Joint Chair Program Committee, RISE, Rotary Zone Institute 2023, Bangalore. DG Sandeep's initiation to the service mindset happened growing up in a family of ardent Rotarians. His grandfather was the chartered president of the Rotary Club of Dhanbad, and he was quite used to listening to Rotary matters at the family dining table. He accompanied his father, Rotarian Santosh Kumar Agarwala, DG of the then undivided Bihar and Orissa across the states during his OCVs in 1972 to 73. He also accompanied his father to Lake Placid, USA, for when his father was training as a district governor, and then to the Houston Convention in 1972. My God. DG Sandeep found intellectual succor at the John Connon and Cathedral School. In addition, the Interact Club at the school also gave him a chance to serve. Thereafter, at Sydenham College, he became involved as the chairman of the PSERF, the Poor Students Educational Relief Fund. It was in his final year of college that DG Sandeep founded his marble mining business. There's nothing that gives him more joy than being with his family, his son Abhimanyu and wife Priyanka, the joys of his life, grandchildren Elena and Kai Vijoy, and his daughter Rishika and husband Sanket. He's also a dedicated partner who has unflinchingly supported First Lady Malini in her endeavors, be it as a president or trustee of the Inner Wheel Club of Bombay or in her entrepreneurial journey again with Malaga. DG Sandeep comes across as a man of uncommon intellectual capacity. Not surprising given that he is a member of MENS, that is Mensa, the largest and the oldest high IQ society in the world. A mastermind with a groundbreaker, DG Sandeep has defined the alpha year with the collaborations of scale and substance. The other side of Sandeep enjoys live renditions of jazz, rock music, and visiting historical places. Being part of an athletic family, he captained his school and college table tennis teams. However, despite numerous interests, it is Rotary, right? It is all of you that gives him a high, and he has no other passion than Rotary, is what our DG says. His friend and club's president, Vineet Bhatnagar, describes him best. Here is a man who has no fear of a no. He's scarcely intimidated by the power of his own vision and idea. He has discipline, an eye for detail, and the pursuit to ensure ideas become actionable plan. A man who lives in Carpe Diem, DG Sandeep, has seized the day and how. My God, can we have a big round of applause for DG Sandeep Agarwala? Sir, I have rapped through your entire bio. What I mean, inspiring to say the least. Fantastic, sir. What an honor to have you with us. Ladies and gentlemen, the leader that you see in front of you, right, is the third generation Rotarian. He's the third generation to dedicate his life to Rotary with 31 years given to Rotary. Can you have a big round of applause yet again? Thank you, sir. Stage is all yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nikita. Rotary International President's representative, Katarina Kutsali Papadimitriou, a partner, George, immediate past Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta, Convener of Polaris, past President Ashish Shwed and Gopi, Co-Convener of Polaris, past President Framrose Mehta, President of the Host Club of Rotary Club of Bombay, Vineet Bhatnagar, past Rotary International Director Kamal Sanghvi and Sonal, Inaugural District Chairman of District 314, Mita Seth, District Rotaract Representative Jaimin Shah, past governors, other dignitaries present, my dear Alpha mates, fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen. So finally, the day is here. The inauguration of the Polaris, the Alpha Conference of our District 3141. Months of preparation and planning has finally culminated into this wonderful start, and I hope and pray the event will be a mirror of the actual strength and teamwork which our district is so famously known for. I invoke the blessings of the Almighty and of our founding father, Paul Harris. On 23rd February, we celebrated the 118th anniversary of the birth of our great organization, Rotary International. Give it up for Rotary International. Yes, District 3141 is often regarded in the top 3 districts of the world, if not the topmost. And it's not just me saying this. Numerous past Rotary International presidents have come on the stage and espoused this opinion, and we certainly feel honored and proud of this. But with this comes a sense of responsibility and purpose to keep our standards high and our reputation shining and untarnished. This is why this district conference is called the Polaris. Polaris is a star in the northern circumpolar constellation of Ursa Minor, and is commonly called the North Star or the Pole Star. With an apparent magnitude that fluctuates around 1.98, it is the brightest star in the constellation and is readily visible to the naked eye at night. And that is why the overarching theme of the Polaris is Reimagine the Future. Because we have to keep on inventing and innovating to address the problems of the world and maintain our status as a leader. An array of glittering speakers will speak on a variety of topics, all with this theme in mind. It promises to be an exciting 1.5 days. The dazzling talent of some of our Rotarians and their children will be on display for all of us to appreciate and enjoy. Unadulterated fun and entertainment is planned in the evenings of today and tomorrow to keep you entertained and enthralled. If you have not already downloaded the Alpha app, please do so to keep yourself abreast of the programs. An exciting program in parallel has been drawn out for partners and children, so do take advantage of this. Let me share a presentation of the main projects we have completed in the 7 months of this year so far.
किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द ले सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारो दिल के हम अमीर हैं। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारो दिल के हम अमीर हैं। मिटे जो प्यार के लिए वो जिंदगी, चले बाहर के लिए वो जिंदगी, किसी को हो ना हो हमें तो एतबार, जीना इसी का नाम है। रिश्ता दिल का दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। रिश्ता दिल का दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। के मर के भी किसी को याद आएंगे, किसी के आंसुओं में मुस्कुराएंगे, कहेगा फूल हर कली से बार बार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। Thank you.
Thank you, Alpha President Kunal Kaushal, the immensely talented, for that beautiful rendition, and thank you, Past President Sri Nandi, for compiling this video. In the 118 years we have been in existence, it has been my proud privilege to be led internationally for the first time by the Lady President Jennifer Jones. I'm delighted to introduce her message to us for this conference. Can we have Jennifer Jones's message first, please?
Greetings to you all. I am so pleased to share some time with you at your district conference. Every time I attend a district conference, I leave with a full heart, a heart that soars from hearing the stories that are told and the friendships that are shared. It's where we take our passion for Rotary service to the next level, finding inspiration in each other's accomplishments. Thank you to each of you for what you have achieved over the past Rotary year. We've all been entrusted with leadership in our great organization. Now it's up to us to be brave and intentional in our actions, to open the opportunity for Rotary service to others, and to invite them to help us lead. Our core values, our traditions, our heritage, these are powerful things that we hold true and yet build upon as we imagine how we can be so much more. We all have dreams, but acting on them is a choice. And when organizations like ours dream big things like ending polio and creating peace, it becomes our responsibility to make these dreams a reality. Imagine a world that deserves our best, where we get up each day knowing that we can make a difference. Imagine a world without polio. Imagine a world with clean water for everyone. Imagine a world free of disease, a world where every child learns to read. Imagine kindness and hope and love and peace. And that's why this year we are imagining Rotary. You've already been touched deeply by this organization, or you wouldn't be sitting here today. When you tell your stories, you're inspiring your club, recharging their batteries and preparing them for the year ahead. Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for being such a vital part of Rotary International.
We have so many miles to go before we sleep. Our targets, which are well underway for the year, is 25,000 adult literacy candidates in the tribal population of Palghar, and we've almost crossed the halfway mark, and we're confident we'll complete this by the end of June 2023. 25,000 tribal women being imparted adult literacy with TCS, Tata Consultancy Services modules. Our second big project is the establishment of the Biodiversity Park at the Katarina campus of the University of Mumbai, a green lung in a concrete jungle, over 1.5 acres of completely barren land transformed magically in a space of 9 months into a beautiful biodiversity park with a pollinator path, butterfly attracting trees and plants, bird attracting trees, all trees being QR coded. We have a beautiful pond or a lake with aquatic life and aquatic plants in that. And we have the services of a full-time naturalist who is welcoming groups and hordes of school children who come to spend 4 to 5 hours and connect with nature. And more importantly, not only have we established this park, but we've taken on the responsibility to maintain and run and incrementally add educational items to this park for the next 10 years. The environmental science studies curriculum. So when we looked around and saw the establishment of environment as the 7th area of focus, we saw that very little of environment is taught in our curriculum in schools in India. At most, there's a fleeting mention of 1 or 2 sentences in the biology and geography textbooks. So we said, why not get around to writing a book on environmental science, and how we made 3 textbooks. We approached the Oxford University. They gave us the content structure for each of these textbooks. So the subject matter, or at least the topics for each of the chapters in each of these 3 books has been given to us by Oxford University. We appointed a team of PhD scientists, environmental scientists, to write out this curriculum. We had them translated into 3 languages, English, Hindi, and Marathi. And we also have made 30 e-modules, which we have now presented to the NCERT, which is the national syllabus, and hoping that they would beam it on their national television channels. All this took well over 15 months of preparation. We have rolled out this curriculum now to 13,000 students in Palghar district, and we have offered this curriculum to all of India on a completely free of charge basis for them to roll out and teach their students wherever they wish. The Dharamshala, or the shelter for the patients, the poor patients of the Tata Memorial Hospital, the single largest cancer hospital and the most reputed hospital of the country. When patients come from out of Mumbai for medium-term to long-term treatments, they often cannot either afford accommodation or do not find accommodation close enough to the hospital, and are even today sleeping under the flyover and pavements near Tata Memorial Hospital. We got a 100 one-bedroom hall kitchen apartments, brand new unfurnished apartments from MADA, which we have completely started. Kitchen, it's got television, it's got Wi-Fi, all the necessary furniture, and we are hoping to commission this in the next 2 months. But most importantly, we're also maintaining the facilities and managing the entire hygiene and sanitation of all these premises. Remember, every day the linen and towels will be changed in these facilities, and we've appointed a professional agency to do it. But what is most important, the long-term commitment, we have taken on this responsibility for 30 years to run this place at our cost. Similarly, we are in the middle of setting up a midday meal kitchen, again for the tribal malnourished children of Vikramgarh and Palghar. 20,000 midday meals will be set up at a cost of 10 crore rupees. If you don't know what 10 crore rupees is, Katarina, it's 100 million rupees at which this center is being set up, and this should be ready also by May and be serving 20,000 midday meals a day, all completely free of charge. We are setting up a community center in Palghar. We've been gifted a very, very precious piece of half an acre of land by a Rotarian. It is market value of just the land itself is slated to be about $500,000 or 4 crore rupees, and we are setting up a club structure on that to provide community service activities and facilities for the community of Palghar. A second dharamshala is being set up in Tata Memorial Hospitals. We've been given 11 floors with 15 bedrooms each of 2 occupants, and we've already found sponsors and donors for 3 floors. We are very hopeful of finding sponsors for the other floors shortly. All-round growth. The Rotary Foundation has been swimming along nicely. Membership has been growing very, very robustly. I'll talk about it more tomorrow in detail. But also, we've been concentrating a lot on DEI, which also I will elucidate on tomorrow. But above all, the unprecedented fellowship with the family of Rotary, which we've enjoyed this year, is something which has given me immense satisfaction and happiness to all the Rotarians, testimony of which is their attendance in Goa today for the conference. We are today a district comprising 111 clubs, 3 of which are new, formed in this year, with over 6,200 members, and we continue to grow. Of this, approximately 750 of us have assembled here to witness history being created in one of the first ever outstation conferences of District 3141. District 3141 has established 65 new Rotary Community Corps just this year, so far, and we're still not done. 48 new Interact clubs, making it a grand total of 238 clubs for the district, and a total of 147 road track clubs, of which 4 are new clubs. I'm grateful to RI President Jennifer Jones for her inspiring message and for nominating one of the most dynamic past Rotary International directors, Katarina, as a representative, along with George, to our conference. A conference is a convergence of ideas and action plans. It provides a connect to all the members to learn and appreciate the collective achievements over the last 7 months. It is a time to renew bonds and forge new friendships. Come away reinvigorated to serve the community with renewed vigor and purpose. It is a time to foster the ideals of the 7 areas of focus of Rotary and reimagine the future of Rotary, especially in 3141. Yet, it is also an occasion to celebrate
Rotarians are like the players of a symphony. And this year, I have the good fortune of being the conductor of the best orchestra in the world. A leader can only be as good as his team. We sing in unison and dazzle the world. It just needs one to start to dare to act for a better community. Imagine 6,000 of us daring to act. What a difference we can make. Thank you, my dear members of the Rotary Club of Bombay, for making the hosting of our first district conference in 42 years possible. Thank you, dear alphas of 3141, for providing the leadership and participation in making the Polaris such a well-attended conference. And now, onwards and forward to reimagining the future. In the words of Paul Harris, change is essential to stay relevant. This is a changing world. We must be prepared to change with it. The story of Rotary will have to be written again and again. God bless and enjoy the event.
Stars, a big round of applause for the DG Sandeep Agarwala. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, right, a sign of a great leader is always putting the credit of all the hard work to his and her amazing team, right? And that is exactly what Sandeep sir's speech was all about thanking each one of you present here. So what a delight, what an honor. Thank you so much again, sir. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we now bring to you Rotary International President's representative and past Rotary International Director. With a big round of applause, can we have on stage Rotarian Katarina Kotsali Papadimitro. Ma'am, Katrina ma'am, we request you to kindly come on up.
Katarina
Thank you so much.
Papadimitro earned her architecture degree from the School of Architecture No. 1, École Nationale Supérieure des Beaux-Arts, Paris. She owns a DEA in History and Geography of Populations and a doctorate in Human Geography from EHESS, Paris. Since 1980, she has worked as an independent architect in Athens, planning houses, offices, and public buildings. She served as a consultant during the historic preservation of 18th and 19th century architecture in Mithymna on the island of Lesbos. Katerina has been a member of the board, shareholder of the company Metal Constructions of Volos SA, which manufactured heavy industrial and mechanical steel structures. She is married to George Papadimitro, an economist, and they have a daughter. Katerina grew up entrenched in the Rotary world, with her father having served as a district governor. She joined her first Rotaract club at the age of 19. In 1993, she was inducted into the Rotary Club of Penn-Delhi. In 1993, she was inducted into the Rotary Club of Penn-Delhi, making it the first mixed-gender club in Greece. She has served Rotary in many capacities, including as a member of the Rotary Foundation cadre of technical advisors, a Rotary Public Image Coordinator, and the RI President's representative to many district conferences. In 2009, she led Greece's first Rotary National Immunization Day team in Moradabad, India, where she went door-to-door administering polio vaccines to children. A member of the RI Board of Directors 2020 to 2022, Katerina has served as chair of the RI Programs Committee. She has been a member of various RI committees and chaired the District Committee. She is the RI President's special representative to Afghanistan. Katerina has received several recognitions, including the Rotary Foundation's Regional Service Award for a Polio-Free World and the Rotary Foundation Citation for Meritorious Service. Maria and her husband George are major donors to the Rotary Foundation.
Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. And Katarina ma'am, before I step down and leave the stage to you, according to our Indian tradition, and I would request everybody gathered here to kindly, with the hands folded, what do we say whenever is it that our guests come over? On the count of 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Namaste. So that's a warm and a very big namaste to Katarina ma'am, and now ma'am, we've taught you something in Hindi. It's now time for you to teach us something in Greek. So how do we say namaste in Greek?
Kalispera. Try to say it. Kalispera.
Kalispera. That sounds so poshy. That's it. I am stealing it using Kalispera from now on. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, again, a big round of applause for Katarina ma'am. Ma'am, stage is all yours. Thank you so much.
My family of Rotary, distinguished guest, protocol observed. A few weeks ago, I tried to put some order in my drawers. It's not something that I do quite often, I admit. And then, by chance, I found our documents for our visas for the previous trip on the occasion of the Centennial Summit in Kolkata. At that time, we couldn't get, electronic visas. And all the nice memories of the previous trips to India came into our mind. Wonderful memories. Each trip was something exquisite. And I said to myself, my God, why shouldn't we have the opportunity to visit India again, Coming from Greece, a country with a long history, we love visiting countries like India with a historical patrimony which is extraordinary. And my friends, the culture is not something that you discover only in the museums or visiting historical monuments and archaeological places. It is something you can find in everyday life, in the way people shake hands, embrace you, and make you feel. And India is one of our favorite countries, not just, out of courtesy. We feel what we are doing. Then, the next day, I received an invitation by IRI President Jennifer Jones and Nick, her spouse, to be representatives in the Alpha Polaris Conference. There is Alpha District Governor, Alpha Rotarians. So we're happy to be here with you in an Alpha event. Okay. So, Jennifer Jones, our president, invites us to imagine Rotary. Imagine, what a beautiful word. It derives from the Latin imaginare, which means create a mental picture, an image. We all have dreamt of different things in our lives, even sometimes unachievable things, since we were children. As human beings, we fear emptiness. We fear the void where a conscious of self should be. So we escape and we imagine. We imagine crazy things. And it is up to us to turn our dreams into reality. The power of intent enables us to turn our dreams into concrete events. A dream as a goal is a plan with steps put into action. Rotary invites us to imagine and achieve great, great things. As President Jennifer Jones says, we do not imagine yesterday, we imagine tomorrow. I believe that this Rotary's year theme, it's not only nice, it's also poetic, and we need poetry in our life. As RI director, I had the privilege to deal with one of the most diverse parts of the world, Zone 21, which covers Eastern Europe, part of Southern Europe, Middle East, and along with our parent Zone 22, which is Africa, we represent 40% of the countries of our organization, since we have 90 countries in total. You can imagine what a privilege, but what a challenge. Many conflicts and disasters happen to our Zone 21. Last year, same period, we have been in Evanston for a board meeting. Then the war in Ukraine started. One night, I received late I received a telephone call. A desperate Indian mother called me. I could feel that, she was really, really worrying. Her daughter, Suhani, along with other 80 Indian students, were trapped in the University of Lviv Medical School hostel. They tried to escape from the country because the sirens of war were approaching. They called the Indian embassy, so they advised them to go to the borders and try to cross the country on foot through Poland. Arriving to the country, to the first checkpoint, they were denied to cross over. So they returned again back to the hostel. They had to walk, for this, for over 10 hours to reach. Then, again, the Indian embassy advised them to try a different checkpoint. They had to walk for 25 kilometers. It took them a whole day to arrive, with freezing cold weather. And then, again, they have been denied. They stayed there with a temperature minus 30, holding only their Indian passport, as a luggage. It was at that time that the mother called me. I called the then President Shekhar Mehta late in the evening, I told him, Shekhar, please, we have to do something. These children are trapped, and the war is coming. Then he called the director Kamal Sanghvi, and I called also Secretary General John Hugo, who has strong connections with Ukraine. We've been waiting, all of us very anxious. And then, on the 3rd of March, those children, the students, managed through Hungary this time to travel back to New Delhi. This is the magic of Rotary, my friends. We can make our dreams real. Thank you once more, Shekhar, for your commitment and for your efficiency. Now that our organization strives to embrace a diversity, equity, and inclusion culture, removing barriers is the key to success. Everyone who engages with Rotary should feel welcomed, valued, and respected. These ideas reflect what our members expect from Rotary. They expect ethical leadership. Ethical, it's very, very important. Inclusion and the opportunity to work together to do good in the world. Rotary welcomes people of all backgrounds, cultures, experiences, and identities. What a beautiful audience today. What a diverse audience is here in this hall. Making diversity, equity, and inclusion is everyone's responsibility. Every Rotarian should help our organization diversify and be more inclusive. We are ready to open opportunities, to open more paths to leadership, and allow more people join our organization. But, my friends, the openness of Rotary does not mean that we accept anyone in our organization. There are certain things that are negotiable and others that are not negotiable. For instance, our heritage, our core values, our beliefs, these are things that will never change. And also, the qualifications of a Rotarian will never change. We just want to open our big umbrella to more people who deserve to be a Rotarian. This is very important. We engage our members, offering them meaningful responsibility. I'll give you some examples. In 2020, devastating wildfires damaged all the eastern Mediterranean area, including Greece, Cyprus, Turkey. The Ora village in Cyprus, close to Larnaca, has been completely destroyed. This is an area where people live out of livestock. Everything has burned. There was no water, and the villagers were desperate. They wanted to leave their village. Then Rotary went there, and they replaced the irrigation system through a disaster response grant, and they made even a big pond to gather the water of the rain. At the closing ceremony of our Zone 21 Institute this Rotary year, we went there and planted the Rotary olive grove. Each district planted one tree. I believe that was a memorable way to close an institute. And then at the village, the mayor, you can see this robust, handsome man, really crying. He said, after the fire, the politicians came, and they promised a lot. Nothing happened. Rotarians then came. They didn't promise anything. They just watched around. They evaluated the situation, and they gave us back our life. Thank you, Rotary. Thank you for what you have done. It is in moments like that, we're all in tears, believe me. And Jennifer was even more than us, you know. And then when we realize what it means to be a true Rotarian. And then, of course, as Greeks, we started dancing because we have a little bit of Zorba in ourselves, and crying and dancing at the same time. Thank you, Rotary, once more. Engaging members is crucial for retaining members. We must ask members what they want. We must hear to the voice of our members and provide them with meaningful possibilities of development, leadership skills, also create friendships through Rotary as we do all these days together here, and also make them dream about a better world. I'll give you another example. Greece, my country, suffered from a severe economic depression for 8 years. Believe me, 8 years, it's a long period. As Rotarians, we felt that we had to do something. We couldn't give jobs to young people. And then we created the Institute of Promotion of Young Entrepreneurship. Through dedicated seminars where Rotarians are the coaches and mentors, the Institute's objectives are to provide young people with the qualities to remain competitive in their domain, to help youth enter in the field of innovation and entrepreneurship, to overpass certain difficulties if they were working, and also to improve their skills, to help them choose the right university if they need this advice, and of course to offer them more to identify career opportunities and offer them opportunities, of course, to increase entrepreneurship. Now that hopefully the economic crisis is over, Greece overcame this difficult period, and the Greek economy is rising. Greece became, a pole of attraction of its investments. We keep running this institute because under these different social, economic circumstances, we need to increase youth entrepreneurship through Rotary. And we also observe that many young people want to convert their professions, especially after the COVID period, where the digital world is our new normal. We must reinforce the vocational service of Rotary if we want to attract more people in Rotary. And then I'd like to mention also the exceptional vocational forums organized by the district in Ukraine. Even now, during the war, they organize vocational forums where they put, they organize stands, business stands. And it's really amazing how they can increase, entrepreneurship and also business relationships during a war period. These are things that happen in Rotary. The new club models offer, a lot of flexibility, and it's easier to attract new members in our world. And when we say Rotary members, of course, we mean Rotary and Rotaract. Rotaractors are energetic, passionate, and driven community professionals. They are very inspiring people and very motivated because in everything they do, they put a lot of passion. So together, Rotarians and Rotaractors, as partners in service, we must work for a better world. We must conduct research with Rotaractors, hear their aspirations, and really hear their voice. It is important to hear their voice because in this way we can attract more people that think like Rotaractors into our wonderful Rotary world. Rotaract's elevated status, approved by the Council of Legislation in 2019, redefined its place within the Rotary world. Rotaract is no longer a Rotary program, it is Rotary itself. And together, Rotarians and Rotaractors will really enjoy the internationality of our organization, especially after all the experience of the digital world after the pandemic. Rotary needs to be more open in its thinking to be able to attract more members. A lot of efforts have been done in this respect. Rotaractors are invited to be members of the organizing committee of Rotary major events, like conferences, like institutes. They served in district committees, and now they serve also in Rotary international committees. Young Rotarians and Rotaractors are presenters or panelists in Rotary meetings. They serve as assistant coordinators, and since this year, they serve also as RI president representatives at district conference. If there were a time to focus more on leadership, the development of leadership skills and the debate around qualified leadership, it is now, especially for women. The RI Board of Directors of having women make up to 30% of Rotary's members by the end of 2023 is an achievable goal. Women have proven their qualities at district level, at zone level, and with the selection of Jennifer Jones as RI President 22-23, we see them rise to the highest rank of the Rotary hierarchy. This year, President Jennifer Jones continues the initiative launched by the immediate past RI President Shekhar Mehta on empowering girls because she believes that empowered girls mean empowered women. In India, the Rotary clubs Honavar and Bombuvandi of District 3170, in partnership with GDPL, accomplished with success the project Asmita. They made hemoglobin tests to 73 girls in the government high school Monkey Chitar. They offered tablets to girls with low HB and information material to all students. India is a champion on the Empowering Girls initiative. Congratulations for that. Friends, it's every Rotarian's responsibility to imagine the possibilities to transform the world and take action to make it a better place to live. Rotary is not just a service organization. It's a philosophical approach of life, a way of living with dignity in a universal society. Thank you so much for your attention.
Katarina ma'am, not so easy, not so easy. Please come on up. Ma'am, we request you to kindly come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Katarina ma'am. We now request First Lady Malini Agarwala, DG Sandeep Agarwala, President Rotary Club of Bombay, Mr. Vineet Bhatnagar, on stage to felicitate Rotary International President's representative and past Rotary International Director, Rotarian Katarina Kotsali Papadimitro. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Of course, a big round of applause. And we would also like to invite on stage, we have on stage Mr. George Papadimitro. Sandeep sir, we'll start off with the felicitation for Katarina ma'am. First Lady Malini Agarwala, DG Sandeep Agarwala, President Rotary Club of Bombay, Mr. Vineet Bhattagar, to felicitate the amazing Mr. George Papadimitro. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Request all the dignitaries to please take their seats. And for everybody sitting in, kursiyan tham ke baithe hain or kindly grab onto your seats. We've got the electrifying performance by Pixel Poi to mesmerize you all. Can you have a big round of applause for Pixel Poi? Lights off, and enjoy. Thank you.
One more.
My God, fantastic, fantastic. Pixel Boys, just let me know in case you need a third person, a third member to be coming in. I am definitely there. Though I wouldn't do much, probably stand in the background with the, with the stick in my hand. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my childhood traumas I would like to share is I've got the most ridiculous of background roles. Sir, one time during a drama, I was made a flower petal, not even a flower, not even a full flower, just a flower petal. So Pixel Boy, let me know in case. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'd of course like to thank our amazing sponsors, Centrum, ICICI Bank, Maruti, Philip, Capital. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all our sponsors. They're right outside. You can always have a look. And before we begin with our next segment, it's my honor, it's all of our honor to have this distinguished gentleman with us. So we request all of you to kindly stand. Please stand up. Please stand up. We request everybody to stand up. It's our honor to now have General Major Naravne, retired Indian Army General who served as the 28th Chief of Army Staff and Chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee as our keynote speaker today. Ladies and gentlemen, with a roaring round of applause, let's have on stage the one, the only General Manoj. Manoj sir, what an honor. Kindly come on up. Thank you for your service.
General Manoj Mukund Narwane served as the 28th Chief of the Army Staff of the Indian Army from 31st December 2019. He also served as the Vice Chief of Army Staff and General Officer Commanding-in-Chief of the Eastern and Training Commands. He has vast experience in foreign affairs, having been part of the Indian peacekeeping force in Sri Lanka and having served as the Defence Attaché at Yangon, Myanmar, as well as the head of the Indian delegation to several countries. The General has many national and international awards to his credit, including the Distinguished Public Service Award 2022 by the US-India Strategic Partnership Forum. He has delivered several talks on national security and leadership at prestigious institutions, including the Royal United Service Institute for Defence and Security Studies, London. His articles have also been published in national newspapers in India.
Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. It's our honor to have General Manoj with us. General Manoj, thank you so much for your service, sir. What an honor to have you. Sir, can you please teach us how do we do the army salute? We'd like to do it for you.
Well, that will take a long time.
This is it, sir? This is it? This?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Whenever is it that General Manoj, sir, stage is all yours. Thank you so much. What an honor again. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please.
Thank you very much for a very kind and generous introduction. And let me say how happy I am to be here in Goa and to have this opportunity to address all of you all. My special thanks to the District Governor, Mr. Vineet Agarwala, and his most charming wife for having given me this opportunity to be here, as well as to the President of the Bombay Rotary, Ms. Sri Nandi, I don't know where she is, who was coordinating with me when I was in Delhi, and of course Gautam and Ushma Doshi, who have been chaperoning me over the last day or so and making sure that I come here on time. I shall be speaking to you on a subject which is very close to my heart, and that is national security and what we need to do more. And this is in keeping with the theme of this year's district conference, the Alpha Polaris Conference on reimagining the future. So what more we need to do as far as national security is concerned. When we think of national security, the first thing which comes to our minds is the armed forces. The first thing which comes to our minds is the tanks going down Kartavya Path and the tanks which were shown as part of the Ukraine conflict. But national security is much more than that. national security is much more holistic and has many dimensions. It includes energy security, food and water security, cyber security. So we have to look at national security in this dimension. And when we look at it in that manner, you will realize that we are all partners in this. It is not only the domain of the armed forces. All of us, all of y'all, whatever field y'all might be, y'all also contribute in equal measure to this thing called national security. But of course, ensuring the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the country will lie in the purview of the armed forces. And in case I say army in the course of my talk, it does not mean army alone, it means army, navy, air force. It also means various other paramilitary forces, central armed police forces, ITBP, BSF, because everyone in some manner or the other contributes to ensuring our territorial integrity and sovereignty. But yes, the armed forces and the army in particular has a very major role to play in that. So in that context, I will now play a small video on the Indian Army. Video 1, please. Thank you, everyone. So that was just a brief glimpse of what the army is all about. We are invisible but everywhere, and it's always a good idea to be invisible on the battlefield, because if the enemy can't see you, then he can't kill you. As I mentioned in the opening remarks, that national security has both an external and an internal dimension. The external security is, of course, looked after by the armed forces in concert with other border guarding forces like the ITBP and including the Assam Rifles. In fact, the national anthem, which was played at the beginning of the day's events with that cute little girl called Esther, that was part of the Assam Rifles, which I also had the honor of being part of in one of my tenures. So we all contribute to that aspect of external security. But when we talk about threats to our national security, there are internal threats also. And many times it is these internal threats which are more dangerous. And even our great warrior philosopher Kautilya had said that internal threats are most dangerous because you don't know where they emanate from, because they're within ourselves. It's very easy to identify an external enemy. It's not so easy to understand and identify the enemy within. And therefore, we as a society have to be very aware of this fact. And that is where each and every one of us contributes to this aspect of national security. We should not allow ourselves to get divided along any lines. One of the mottos of the Rotary is diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think as a nation too, we need to have that amongst ourselves and not to leave anyone behind. We have always been talking about unity in diversity. I think we need now to move forward and say diversity is our strength. We should revel in the diversity that our nation has, the various parts that go up to make the whole of India, right from north to south, east to west, and not allow inimical agencies to divide us in any manner. And it is in this aspect that all of us have a role to play. I did mention that security has many aspects: energy, food, water. And of all these, probably water security is what is going to play the most important role in times to come. And this can be gauged from the fact that no less than our Prime Minister has mentioned the necessity of water security at least twice in the last 1 month in various addresses that he has given. So if you don't have water, you cannot have food. You don't have water and food, you cannot have life. So this is one aspect I think we all need to look into as we go into the future, and that is where we can again all play a part, and all other organizations, including the Rotary, can play a part in energizing our water bodies. And as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, in the 75th year of our independence, the government has launched the scheme of reviving 75 water bodies in every district. And as part of that, the task has also been given to the army to revive 75 water bodies wherever the army is deployed. And out of that 75, at least 20 plus lie within Southern Command, that is within the area of you can say roughly Narmada and southward, the peninsular India. About 22 to 23 of these lie within. So that is an area where we can actually, all of us contribute to make sure that we don't run out of water in the future. And water wars are also being talked about already. That will be the major threat to national security. So from time to time, we do carry out this analysis as to what are the existing and what are the likely threats which are going to arise in the future, both externally and internally. And based on that, we keep re-strategizing and recalibrating our responses. As far as the external threat is concerned, you all are all aware, we have two inimical neighbors, Pakistan on the west and China to the north and northeast, with both of whom we have unsettled borders. So obviously, that will always be at the top of our security concerns and calculus. But within this, our western neighbor is in trouble himself or herself. We have to be very politically correct these days. So I don't think we have much to worry about on that account. But we need to concentrate more towards our northern neighbor, and that is where we are looking at. What about the army as such? How do we see ourselves going forward? The army has particularly been a very manpower intensive force. We are almost a 12 lakh strong army, second largest in the world. But that's not a reason to rejoice. We need to cut down on that strength. So with technological improvements which are happening, we are looking to, from a manpower intensive army, to become a technologically empowered one. And once again, that is where all of us fit in. And that is possible because the technical threshold, the educational standards of our men, from where the bulk of the army is drawn from, that has also increased. And therefore, where you needed 10 men to do a particular job, probably you can do it with 6 or 7 men now, because of the advent and incorporation of technology. And therefore, we will be able to change slowly and steadily towards becoming more lean and mean at the same time. Within the army also, DEI again, diversity, equity and inclusion, we are moving ahead with having more and more women in our ranks, both as officers and as Jawans. And this question is often asked of me, that is there gender discrimination in the armed forces? And I would like to reassure that we have no discrimination of any kind, not on religious lines, not on gender, caste, creed or anything. Everyone works and is recognized as per his merit. But rather than me telling you that there is no gender discrimination, it is better to hear it from the women officers themselves. What they have to say and how do they feel is their role and position in the army. Could we have video 2, please?
Because there is gender discrimination in our society till date. So you have come a long way.
You were talking to somebody in the Indian Army, there is gender bias. There is a reverse gender bias in Indian Army. Okay, so there is no woman who would say there is gender bias, but if you ask any male officer, they will say yes, there is gender bias. See, I have done just 89 jumps, she is just with 28 jumps, and you people are interviewing us. There are people with 3,000, 4,000 jumps, those who trained us. They have never been interviewed by anybody. They are all male officers, but they never say there is gender bias. So there is a reverse gender bias that is happening in the Indian Army right now.
So you are saying that women officers are more privileged in Indian Army?
Absolutely, I would say that. See how the organization takes care of us. Do you see any male officer here giving interview on any of the days? Anybody can comment on a Women's Day, everybody has opinions, but Army has selected us, 7 of us, to interact with you people. And what is our claim to fame? Nothing, I'm telling you. I was telling the journalist I have just 89 jumps. The officer who trained me, Lieutenant Colonel Sarvesh, advised everybody 4,000 jumps. And they actually tell us, yeah, have a heart, 89 jumps, not even 100, and you are giving interview to the news channels. So, see how well we are taken care here.
Do you want to appeal that there should be a celebration of Men's Day as well?
I don't think there should be a celebration of Women's Day also. We should just live with, free will, out of all shallow complexes of proving yourself better than somebody or equal to somebody. Just do what you are doing for the pure bliss of doing it, because you like doing it, not because you have to prove something to somebody. Just live a life, and your profession, which is your passion, just live that passion. I think that's...
Thank you. And this is the proud privilege of commanding such very gallant officers and men. Going ahead, if we want to keep our nation secure, then to ensure the peace, you have to be ready for war. And if you have to be ready for war, and that is one of the lessons that has been learnt from the Ukraine war, that if you are unprepared, you are likely to get invaded. So to ensure the peace, you have to prepare for war. But preparing for war is not something which happens overnight. The capabilities to deter an adversary have to be developed over decades. We have a saying that capability and intention are two sides of the same coin. But whereas intentions can change overnight, today you are friends, tomorrow you are enemies. But capabilities take time to develop. And those capabilities can only be developed if you have a sustained budget to develop the desired capability based on the threat assessment that you have done. Who are your adversaries? And to deal with those adversaries with the force levels that the adversary has, in turn, what do you require so that you can deter him from taking any sort of adventurous recourse? And if you have to develop these capabilities, as I said, then you have to give money for defense. But I would like to put to you that actually the returns on this investment are very high. The returns are high because it saves the country from devastation. Just see what is happening in Ukraine. If they neglected their armed forces and the development of their capabilities, they're facing the brunt now. And the costs of reconstruction and redevelopment will be 100 times more than what they would have needed to maintain that deterrent capability to deter such military adventurism. So an expenditure on defense is actually a good investment on which you get good returns. Moreover, when you say expenditure on defense, where is that money going? If I buy 1,000 trucks, that order is going to Tatas or Mahindras. The money is going back to that company. That money is going back to pay wages. It is going as dividends to shareholders. It is going to buy the raw material. There is a whole ecosystem. The gauges, the tires, the engine, everything goes into that vehicle. So that 10,000 crore which is coming to me, by me I mean the army, since I've retired now, is not coming to my pocket. It is going back to society. It is going back to our economy. We are actually driving our economy. So you have to see it in that manner. And of course, the point which I made earlier, all of us have insurance. And we pay that premium to cater for that rainy day. Similarly, this expenditure should also be seen as an insurance premium, so that when the time comes, we are able to look after ourselves and our interests. But the army is not only about fighting wars. We do a lot of other humanitarian activities also. We have a program called Ops Sadbhavna and Ops Samaritan. In the army, everything begins with operation. Even if you're doing a good thing, it is operation something good. And under these Ops Sadbhavna and Samaritan, wherever we are deployed, we make sure that we undertake a range of products and projects for the benefit of the local population, whether it is running schools, making these water bodies, generating employment, starting a canning factory or a bakery. A range of such activities are also carried out by the army. And in this union territory of J&K, one of the things which we have been doing for the last 2 decades or so is running of army goodwill schools. The army runs schools in these far-flung villages where for obvious reasons and security reasons, the state administration could not go. So we have been running these schools for a number of years now for the local children, and I can say with a very great sense of satisfaction and a great deal of pride that not a single boy or girl who has graduated from our army goodwill schools has ever joined terrorists or indulged in any stone pelting or any other such unlawful activity. That is the strength of education. And that is where we need to put in more efforts. Because when we educate everyone, that is how we raise the overall standard, both boys and girls. We also, of course, come to the aid of our countrymen whenever required, whenever natural calamities strike, especially during earthquakes, floods, and so on and so forth. And I would dare say that there's not a single year or quarter of the year which goes by without us having been called out to help in some way or the other, whether it's drought, flood, earthquake, or whatever. And in this context only, I would like to show you another small video of the rescue efforts which we had carried out during the Maharashtra floods a couple of years back, and the love and affection that we got from our citizens as a result of that. Video 3, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the love and affection that we get from you all, and it is precisely this respect and love and affection that makes us strong, that makes the armed forces strong, and that is why we are all ready to guard our borders and lay down our lives if required in the service of our country and in the service of our people. We are an army of the people, for the people. We are your army. We are not a colonial army. We are the army of the country. On that note, I will end my talk, but there is still time. I had purposely kept it a little short. Should there be any questions, I can take on 1 or 2 of them. Over to you all. Yes, please, yeah.
Thank you, General. My question is, among the various vocations or professions, the armed forces are right on the top. Do you foresee a role where the armed forces would also enter our political life for its betterment? What I'm trying to say is in policing or some other kind of, disciplining. Thank you.
One of the strengths of our armed forces has been that we have been totally apolitical ever since independence. And the oath that we take, every one of us, before we don the olive greens, whether it is an officer or a soldier, the oath we take is on the Constitution, not on a person or party. It is on the Constitution of India. And it is the Constitution that we are sworn in to uphold. And that, I think, is the strength, and that is what makes us different from all the other armies of the region. Thank you.
We have heard of Chinese using very innovative techniques, whether it is using balloon. We have given them a taste of their own medicine.
I did mention in my talk that we are moving from being a manpower intensive to a technologically oriented army. We are in no way lagging behind in the cutting edge technologies which are going to drive warfare in the future, whether it is quantum computing, artificial intelligence, machine language, you name it, hypersonics. Work is going on apace in all of these. We all have our own tricks up our sleeve, but it is better that we keep these tricks unknown, so that, for obvious reasons. One last question, yeah.
Sir, excellent speech. My question is about domestic defense production. How far do you think we have achieved self-sufficiency in domestic production, sir?
There was one more gentleman at the back. I can take both questions and answer it simultaneously.
I was asking you, can you just briefly explain the one rank, one pension scheme? There was so much agitation for so many years. Can you please explain?
The OROP will take a little more time to explain, but we can always have a chat about it during tea or whenever we have a break. And I will try to explain that to you separately. Suffice to say that it is a very good scheme which is there. Its implementation got delayed, but now everything is on track. Basically what it meant, my father was also in the armed forces. He was in the Air Force. He retired as a lieutenant colonel, wing commander that is, lieutenant colonel equivalent in 1976 or 77. And his pension then was perhaps 1,600 or 2,000 rupees. Obviously, 40 years later, 2,000 rupees is not going to be sufficient to live. Therefore, what one rank, one pension seeks is that the lieutenant colonel who retired 40 years ago and the lieutenant colonel who retired today will get the same amount of pension. Because that is what is required to make ends meet. And the other industry had been kept out of it. But now, last decade or so, the defense field has also been opened up. And not only in terms of non-lethal equipment, that is vehicles and such like thing, and clothing and rations, but even for lethal equipment, even for guns, tanks, etc., etc. And as a result of that, I'm glad to say that as far as the Indian Army is concerned, during my tenure, between 75 to 80% of all our new purchases went to Indian companies. So that is where we have reached, and I'm sure that with continued support of the industry, and that's again where everyone comes in. I'm sure a lot of you are involved in various companies, and I'm sure that with everyone's wholehearted support and contribution, we will be able to be self-sufficient as far as all our defense needs are concerned in the near future. Thank you.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, can we all rise up? Can we all rise up? General Manoj, what a presentation, my God, absolutely amazing. General Manoj, my father served the Indian Navy, so I have grown doing this salute. This is the sign. Oh, fun fact, Navy salutes like this. Army salute is like this, basically showing that I do not have any weapons. So all of you, while you're standing, can you have a big army salute for General Manoj? Absolute honor. Thank you so much for your service, sir. And on that note, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful audience. Thank you so much for obliging. We request DG Sandeep Agarwala, President, Rotary Club of Bombay, Mr. Vineet Bhatnagar, Convener Ashish Ved, and Co-Convener from Raz Mehta to kindly come on up and felicitate, present a token of our appreciation for General Manoj. Ladies and gentlemen, what a historic moment. Zordar taaliyan ho jaएं. Thank you so much again, sir. Thank you so much. The honor is entirely ours. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, from this fantastic segment to the next, moving on to our next segment, we have the immediate past Rotary International President, Rotarian Shekhar Mehta with us. Can we have a big round of applause and invite Shekhar Mehta on stage, sir. So please.
May I request everyone trickling out of the auditorium, we do not have tea being served outside. Do settle in. The session is about to close very shortly, after which you'll be served high tea. May I request all of you who are trickling out to come back quickly if you're going to the washroom or restroom or taking a comfort break and hear one of the most powerful speakers of our times in the Rotary world, immediate past Rotary International President, Shekhar Mehta.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am playing co-host to the amazing DG Sandeep Agarwala. So thank you for holding the audience, sir. And like Mr. Agarwala rightly mentioned, let's get on stage the amazing immediate past Rotary International President, Rotarian Shekhar Mehta on stage with us. With a roaring round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so RIP Shekhar Mehta was the 4th Indian and we need a big round of applause for this. 116 years to be nominated as the President of Rotary International for the year 2021 to 2022. Born in 1959 in Kolkata, India, he graduated from St. Xavier's College and has a unique combination of Masters in Commerce, a qualified chartered accountant, cost accountant, and company secretary. He heads the Skyline Group engaged in real estate development in India, including the largest group housing in Rajasthan. He has served as the chairman of Operation Eyesight Universal, a Canada-based company, and trustee of Shelter Box UK. Shekhar Mehta joined Rotary in 1985. My God, he's a member of Rotary Calcutta Mahanagar. He served as a district governor in 1999 to 2000 and was elevated to the board of directors of Rotary International for 2011 to 2013. He's been the chairman of the Joint Partnership Committee of Rotary International, Strategic Planning Committee of Rotary International, Rotary India Literacy Mission, Rotary Foundation India, Rotary India Centennial Celebrations, and Rotary India Humanity Foundation. While serving as Rotary International Director, he helped Rotary add Bhutan and Maldives to the fold. Fantastic, sir. Keenly dedicated to service, Shekhar Mehta has led major service initiatives, including constructing 500 homes for tsunami survivors at Andaman and Nicobar Island. Ladies and gentlemen, let the applause continue. Starting the Shelter Kit program, which distributed over 15,000 shelter kits for disaster relief, initiating a pediatric heart surgery program for more than 2,500 international heart surgeons. He facilitated this becoming a national program. Further, he conceptualized nationwide TEACH, a literacy program in India for over 50,000 schools and 15 million children, along with the government. This has been replicated in Nepal and Pakistan. He's helped take the e-learning program to millions of children through television channels and is the architect of Rotary Total Literacy Program in India. He's been instrumental in setting up more than 15 eye hospitals serving nearly 50,000 eye operations annually. He started a scholarship program, Udan, for marginalized children, awarding over 1,000 scholarships. Shekhar Mehta has helped set up 6,000 rural toilets benefiting 30,000 people, working on comprehensive programs for India. He professes the result will be Rotary's role in nation building in India. He's a recipient of the highest awards at Rotary, #1 being Service About Self Award, the Meritorious Service Award, and of course, none other than the Distinguished Service Award. He's married to Rashi Mehta, a social worker and stage artist. They have a son, Chirag, married to Geeta, a daughter, Chandini, and a grandson, Veer. My God, heavy duty as the introduction is. The man himself, sir. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Shekhar Mehta, sir. What an honor to have you with us. Stage is all yours. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for our amazing speaker? Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. What an afternoon we've had, and what a great speaker. What great visuals giving an insight into people who ensure that we can sit here. Thank you, General, for that wonderful presentation. And one thing I learned, कि हम भी कहीं कुछ जो काम कर रहे हैं, that is the work of national security. The water projects that we do is a matter of national security. इस तरह से हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं था. So thank you for letting us know that. तो हमको भी एक बार जब चेक डैम एक बनाए तो एक बार नारा लगाने की जरूरत है, भारत माता की जय. And that's the inspiration we get from you. मुझे अभी भी goosebumps आ रहे हैं आपकी बातें सुन के सर. So what an outstanding speech that was. Thank you so much. Sandeep, thank you so much for inviting me once again. I don't know तुम्हारा मन नहीं भरता है मेरे से या मैं शायद स्पीच ठीक से नहीं दे पा रहा हूँ, बार बार बुला रहे हो. इस बार ट्राई करूंगा अच्छी देने की. So I was here, यहाँ आते ही डेजा वू लग रहा था. यही जगह थी, नियरली 1.5 साल पहले की बात है. And it was great, absolutely then, and it's just as great this time. And coming to 3141 is always a pleasure, a delight. I hope the year is going well. क्योंकि इसके installation पे भी मैं आया था. So I hold some responsibility of the year going well. Thank you, Malini, for always taking such great care with that wonderful smile of yours. Thank you so much. And Dilip and Bhavini, you've taken such great care of us. Thank you so much. Conferences are a great place to be at. You know, in the mid-year, our conferences happen at a very good time, which is December to February, which you can look back at what you've achieved. And once again, reinvigorate yourself. This is what is pending and this is what we are going to do. And Sandeep, I'm sure you are doing that. What you showed today was just outstanding. The work that is happening I mean, I was amazed at the number of big projects you've taken on a long-term basis. One is for 30 years, another one for 10 years, and these are no mean projects. So that's a great thing. I mean, these are the projects that Rotary should really now be doing after 117 years of existence, 118 now, in fact. So it's great to see all the work. And this conference, I'm sure all the presidents, how many presidents do we have here? Club presidents? Oh, wow. Good, good. So this is an extremely important event for you to re-energize yourself and go back कि अब ये काम बच गया है, we need to achieve this. वैसे तो काम खत्म हो ही नहीं सकता. संदीप कितना भी कुछ कर लो, वो कहते हैं ना कि जिंदगी के असली इम्तिहान तो अभी बाकी है, जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी भी बाकी है, अभी तो नापी है तुमने मुट्ठी भर जमी, अभी पूरा आसमां बाकी है. And saying that for 31, 41 and Sandeep Agarwal, I'm saying a lot. But that is what the power of Rotary is. There is no limit to the work that we can do. After all, what an organization. I mean, 118 साल हो गए in more countries than even the United Nations is. We are in 200 countries, yes. And imagine, okay, let me compare it to one of the Fortune 500 companies. The top 10 companies, may pick anyone that is of your choice and compare it with Rotary. Which one of those 10 is 118 years old? Which one has a presence in more than 200 countries? And the amazing part is, it has 1.4 million employees and not one of them is paid a single penny. Coca-Cola तो 3 महीने में बंद हो जाए, Microsoft 6 महीने नहीं चल सकती, और अभी तो बाकी है. Imagine right from the managing director, which was me 6 months back, managing director down to all the general managers who are here, the club presidents, 35,000 of them change every year, and still we have survived for 118 years. Which organization would be able to do that? Can you imagine? कि गूगल में हर साल एमडी चेंज हो रहा है उनका. ठीक है कि नहीं कंपनी? और हमारे गोल कोई छोटे मोटे नहीं. These are not minor goals that we have. Eradicating a disease from the face of earth. How many organizations can say, yes, we've been able to do that? In a disease where every day 1,000 children were getting afflicted, last year we were sad that 5 got afflicted. 5 were too many for us. 125 countries is where we started, left with only 2 countries. Yes, सिक्योरिटी की बात आएगी तो वी में फाइट विद पाकिस्तान, लेकिन पोलियो हटाने की बात आएगी तो वहां के हर बच्चे का पोलियो हटा के मानेंगे. So friends, this is an organization to be proud of. The work that we do, and it's very important that you take Rotary philosophically. मैं सिर्फ अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तारीफ नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं ये बता रहा हूं कि इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हम कितना कुछ कर सकते हैं. And to me, that is the message I would like to leave today. What is it that I dream of as our organization? So even before I was taking up the presidentship, I one day Googled, I wanted to say which are the top 10 service organizations in the world. I tried it through membership, I tried it through program outlay, I tried it through impact. Rotary was not there. And not because we should not be there, it is because of our not keeping our house in order that we are not there. Our program outlay, for example, what can anybody guess what is the program outlay? $400 million is what we collect for Rotary Foundation, right? $400 million, out of which about $200 million goes in spending for the year. But is that what Rotary is valued at? No. I'll give you the example of India itself. $20 million is what we get for Rotary Foundation. $20 million करीब 150 करोड़ रुपए हुआ. उससे ज्यादा का प्रोजेक्ट सिर्फ ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट करता है, 3141. In India, every year we do projects 10 times than what we get from Rotary Foundation. 1,500 करोड़ रुपए तो बहुत इजीली हम हर साल सर्विस प्रोजेक्ट्स करते हैं हम इंडिया के अंदर में. So if we are valuing ourselves as $1 million, $400 million rather than at least a $2 billion organization, we are underselling ourselves. So that is why we do not rank among the top 10. Our actual value should be $2 billion. Coming to impact, now I can understand, all of us are volunteers, part-time volunteers. We do not know how to really do impact assessment, which is a long-term process. But one program where we have tried to do partial impact assessment, and that's polio eradication. Any day you ask at the highest level, they'll tell you how many children have been given the doses, how many doses have been given, how many children where are afflicted by polio, etc. Every detail is there. That's because we followed that up. And that is only a partial impact measurement. Ultimate impact measurement would be the child who was saved. What did he or she achieve ultimately in life, and how has that child contributed to the nation? So it's time that we start measuring our impact, and that's where Rotary Foundation is now getting to. And of course, membership. Where around the world membership is going down, India is ensuring that the membership is going up. Partially also because of this gentleman who's sitting here, Kamal Sanghvi. Can we give him a round of applause? He's the chairman for membership. The only credit I always give to myself is I know which is the right person for the right job. इसने ढंग से काम किया नहीं, इसलिए इस प्रेसिडेंट ने भी रिपीट किया इसको. शायद इस साल भी ठीक से नहीं कर रहा है, इसलिए next president has also asked him again to be the membership chair for the 3rd year. So, friends, I'll tell you, if the future of Rotary is going to be, and now I'll come to the India part of it. If we want that that Rotary is at this highest level in the top 10 organizations, whether it's membership, then we'll have to look here. If we want that impact assessment be done, because the highest projects we do here, the Rotary Foundation money that comes in, $20 million is one, India, and the next country is at $4 million. So you can understand the global grant numbers, India is far, far ahead of any other country. So when global grants come, to काम हो रहा है ना, तभी तो आ रही हैं global grants. So this, I have earlier also said, we are the Kohinoor in the crown of Rotary International. And I don't say it because I'm an Indian, I say it because I've seen Rotary around the world. And also, not because Rotarians are any less smart, they are smarter at places than what we do. But here is one country where there is need, there is numbers, and Rotarians are enterprising. There is, aap dekh lo, membership, we are the highest in the world. When it comes to Rotary Foundation contribution, my reckoning is we are actually the highest. $1 is 82 rupees for us, 82 bucks for us. And we are at number 2. Even if I take the purchase parity rate, which means 22.5 rupees to $1, we contribute 22 times what we do. In that case, we are contributing double of what America is doing. America does 10 times ours. That's what it is. So we do a great job as far as foundation contribution is concerned. And projects, uska to koi mukabla hi nahi hai. I mean, whether, just as Katarina said, whether it is empowering girls or whether it is hospitals or education or literacy programs or skilling people, anything, any work that needs to be done, India does a great job. So what is our future? First, let us start evaluating the work that we do. It's important for us. Imagine an organization, Sandeep, you not knowing what the turnover of your company is, or you not knowing how many assets you have. You ask John Hugo or you ask Shekhar Mehta or Jennifer Jones, none of us have any clue, or ask Katarina, none of us have any clue how many hospitals we run around the world, how many schools we have supported, how many borewells we have sunk, how many heart surgeries we have done, how many people we have skilled. And all it takes to do is one website, which fortunately we have started for India last 2 years when I took up the presidentship. It's rotaryindia.org. Neki kar darya mein dal ke din chale gaye. If you're doing something, please put it there, because otherwise we are undervaluing ourselves. If you do a project, your first job is go and report on that rotaryindia.org. So we will come to know how many hospitals you are running, how many schools you are funding, how many children you have given scholarships to. And all of this is so easy. It's on an app. You will be able to do that. So rotaryindia.org, us pe zarur karega. We'll be able to value. The moment you can value it in India, and if it becomes successful, it is something that needs to be taken around the world. We need to do that. So that's valuing. Impact. A time has come, and Sandeep, I would like to tell you and the incoming two governors, I don't know whether they are here or not. It's very important for you as well as all the club presidents. There has to be genuinely a strategic plan for Rotary, not at the international level. You need to decide what is it that you want to achieve over the next 3 or 5 years. Suppose heart surgery is your core strength. How many heart surgeries do you want to do this year? 300? The next year 400? The third year 500? So that's what your goal is. So there have to be 20 such things, what the goal of the district is going to be, and that can be the Polaris for the club presidents. So the club presidents, वो आता है club president, उसको 6 महीने लग जाएंगे सिर्फ ये समझने कि मुझे काम क्या करना है. He is not an expert or she is not an expert on developmental field. A district governor has passed through that process 10 years back at least. So you, the 3 governors, also all the past governors here, and I'm so happy to see Vijay here, Shashi here, Ajay here, Rotarian, Kulkarni is here, Keval Ramani is here. So many of you are here, and the other seniors. It's very important that you do a brainstorming and decide what is it that we are going to achieve in the next 5 years' time. Unless there is a plan, हम अपना काम करते रहेंगे. Imagine now polio eradication. Anybody did whatever they wanted to. I will give polio drops to 2 people, not to everybody in this area. Would we be able to eradicate this disease? No. There has to be a plan. And then there has to be a follow-up on that. So, Sandeep, you are among some of the brightest Rotarians I've seen anywhere. And I don't say this because I'm standing here. It's a fact. You know this, that this is how I feel about you. I've not seen anybody who's as prompt as you are. एक इसको मैसेज भेजो 5 मिनट के अंदर में response नहीं आएगा, उसका solution आएगा. So it is at such times it takes leadership to take that pole vault, you know. It's not just climbing, but taking a pole vault, and your district needs to lead the way as far as India is concerned. You do it. Nowadays, every conference that I go, I tell this. And please take this seriously, not just as a speech that I've finished when I go back. Please, all of you governors, sit down, brainstorm. What is the top 10 things or the 20 things that you want to do? Not every club is going to do everything of that. But a menu of services is there. They may pick up something, one thing from here and there, and the collective of that is going to be really impactful. मुझे कई सालों से लगता है कि रोटरी में अब मैं कुछ भी काम अगर करता हूं तो मेरा ध्यान यह है कि मैं देश की सेवा कर रहा हूं. और आज उसकी पुष्टि कर दी जनरल साहब ने जब वो ये नेशनल सिक्योरिटी के बाद वाटर सिक्योरिटी कर रहे थे. वी हैव टेकन अप, सर, जस्ट फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन, हमने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को ये प्रॉमिस किया है कि 10% ऑफ देयर water bodies rejuvenation and check dams will be done by Rotary in India. So Gajendra Shekhawat ji and I come from the same city, Jodhpur से, तो उनको वादा है ये. अब वो हम तो इस काम को शुरू कर लें. इस साल के अंदर में 1000 करेंगे. उनका गोल है 1 लाख को करना. And we have agreed to do 10,000 in the next 6 years. That's what the idea was. Each year we need to do 1,666, and we are starting with 1,000 this year. And we are committed, हम कर लेंगे. We have the resources and the know-how how it is to be done. If there is, आप suggest कर रहे थे कि army also does it. If there is any way, army सबसे ज़्यादा सक्षम है, funds हैं उनके पास, लेकिन अगर आपको लगता है कि कहीं पे भी ज़रूरत है, that Rotary, and I can tell you, Rotary is an excellent partner as far as implementation comes to. I mean, public-partner partnership, polio is the best example that I can give. There has not been a better private-public government partnership ever in the development sector. So we would be very happy to join hands with army anywhere if there be a need. And while I am on this subject, आपने वो स्कूलों की बात कही, तो आप आए यहाँ पे तो एक गिफ्ट हमारी तरफ से, रोटरी की तरफ से बनता है, तो वो गिफ्ट है कि 100 स्कूलों के अंदर में टेलीविजन लगवा देंगे और ऑडियो विजुअल ई लर्निंग सिस्टम हम स्टार्ट करा देंगे। और ये संदीप टेलीविजन लगवा देगा, कमल उसमें ई लर्निंग लगवा देगा। अरे मैं पुरोहित हूं, आई एम द हेड पुरोहित हियर, दिस इज माय जॉब। एंड सर दिस इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग। ये एक क्लब ने कहा है, रोटरी क्लब ऑफ बॉम्बे इसे करेगा। अभी फिलहाल यस, रोटरी क्लब ऑफ बॉम्बे ऑलरेडी उससे बात, मैं 1 मिनट में पूछा, उसने कहा। अब उसके क्लब ने बोला है तो सर मेरे क्लब को भी करना पड़ेगा। तो आप बताइएगा, और जहां जहां करना है, ये अभी 100 से शुरू किया, हम 1000 स्कूल तक जाएंगे सर। क्या मंजूर है? गुड, यस। नहीं सुनो, 1 स्कूल तो मैं तुमसे लूंगा ही नहीं, 0 कितने आगे लगाने वो मैं समझ लूंगा, बट आई एम नॉट इवन ट्राइंग टू कलेक्ट दैट बिकॉज वी विल सून रन इनटू 1000 स्कूल्स, आई नो दैट। बट थैंक यू विजय। चलो तो विजय, तुम्हारे जिम्मे एक काम देता हूं मैं, 100 स्कूल तुम करवा देना। चलो हाथ उठाओ, ये आ बेल मुझे मार, तो चलो। So friends, let's also let's take up these projects and programs at this level. So I feel great when I say to the minister that we will do 10%. And we've done it. I'll give you another example. During the pandemic, हम लोग का गोल रोटरी इंडिया लिटरेसी मिशन का था कि हम 5 साल के अंदर में 25 स्टेट्स के अंदर में हर स्कूल के अंदर में ई लर्निंग पहुंचा देंगे. We started with the government of Punjab. Every school there has the e-learning which has been created by us in the Punjabi language and given to them. Then we thought 5 years में 5 करेंगे. इस बीच के अंदर में pandemic आ गया and during the, naturally children were not going to school, but the Prime Minister, I heard him one day speak on the television that we are going to provide e-learning through television channels. So they created 12 channels. The child in class 4 will see channel 4 and class 8 will see channel 8. They had PM E-Vidya channels. So PM E-Vidya channels is what the children were seeing. I immediately wrote to the PMO, 5 दिन के अंदर में response आ गया, and they said, what is it that you can do? We said, we will give you the entire curriculum in audiovisual format for grade 1 to grade 12. 1 महीने बाद हमने MOU sign किया. Many of you must have been present in that MOU which was online in presence of the education minister, and in 6 months thereafter, friends, we gave them the entire content from class 1 to class 12. Each day, crores, not lakhs, crores of children were watching the content given by Rotary India Literacy Mission. हर आधे घंटे के एपिसोड के बाद में वो बोलता था presented by Rotary India Literacy Mission. और कितना कंटेंट दिया? अगर वो टेलीविजन सीरियल है and you are watching it for half an hour every day, it will take you 10 years to see the entire content. 10 years to see the entire content if you watched it half an hour every day. That is the content we have given. But the cherry on the cake is that just a few months back, we had given it to an NCERT, and the government of India, NCERT department, got the UNESCO's highest Aga Khan award, King Hamad award, for the content that we had given to the government of India. तो यहाँ 100% कंटेंट दिया था. Friends, this is what our ability and capability is. ये हम कर सकते हैं. बहुत एक मामूली लॉन्च किया हमने थोड़े दिन पहले of the biggest ever program launched by Rotary. We launched it in Visakhapatnam. Yeah, I've seen that. In Visakhapatnam, where we launched a program worth $1 billion. 8,000 crore ka, and that is 1 million scholarships to children in India over the next 5 years' time. I'm not getting into the details of that. We have requested Shashi Sharma here to do that, and Governor himself is spearheading it. So, this is the level of programs and projects that we will have to take up. Katarina, sorry that I spoke a little bit in Hindi, but I can tell you, you have got an excellent RI President's rep. Katarina is a person who is deeply involved. She understands every aspect of Rotary, not just the theoretical aspects. She's seen Rotary from very close quarters, the projects, programs, etc. Because she has to look at more than 50 countries in Africa and 40 countries, Middle East and Europe together. 90 countries, 90 is it? 90 countries is what she is the director for. She was the director for. So Katarina, it's absolutely a pleasure that you and George, wonderful meeting you again. She was on the board when I was the president. It was a pleasure absolutely being there. There is just one thing pending on my bucket list, ek jagah jaane ka hai, which is Santorini. So that is one promise we could not keep, but we will come there. And we'll probably come with a big group from here also, okay? Friends, time up हो गया है. काम बहुत सारा करने की ज़रूरत है. और अगर काम कहीं से शुरू होने की ज़रूरत है तो उस डिस्ट्रिक्ट से होने की ज़रूरत है. Once again, please, Sandeep, if you need my help, Kamal's help, Mahesh's help, anybody's help, please set up a plan for the next 5 years. If you can set up a plan for 5 years, the others, everybody will get to see the Polaris. That actually is going to be the Polaris. उन्हें पता रहेगा कि मुझे क्या काम करने की ज़रूरत है. Let me end by mentioning what I always do. The power of Rotary is actually great. एक बच्चे की जब heart surgery, oh, by the way, thank you so much for those heart surgeries. And friends, the power of Rotary, I'll tell you, in the 46 weeks that Rashi and I could travel, we went to 40 different countries in 46 weeks. We met more than 30 heads of states, the prime ministers and presidents. And not one of them we asked anything for Rotary. To each one of them, we said, here is a gift from Rotary. When I met the president of Albania, unke paas baitha hua tha, he said, Your Excellency, Mr. Mehta, tell me, what is it that my country can do for you? आधे घंटे की मीटिंग के बाद में he says, Oh Excellency, thank you so much for agreeing to do so much for my country. That is where we are. At least 20 places मैंने कहा था कि आप 100 बच्चों को भिजवाएगा, हम हार्ट सर्जरी कर देंगे. मैंने किसी से यहाँ नहीं पूछा था, पर मुझे मालूम था संदीप अग्रवाल जैसे लोग हैं यहाँ पे, जिनको एक बार बोलूंगा तो कर लेंगे. यहाँ पर पंकज शाह जैसे लोग हैं. मैंने गवर्नर्स ग्रुप पे एक बार डाला, सेशल्स के प्रेसिडेंट से मिलके आया कि ओके, वील डू 50 सर्जरीज फॉर चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम सेशल्स, एंड within 1 second the response came, I will do all 50. When I went to Uganda and we were invited to the parliament there. In the Ugandan parliament, we were sitting in the VIP area, and they passed a resolution there talking about the good work of Rotary around the world. And it was not just a resolution, the debate carried on for 2 hours. 20 plus members of parliament got up to speak about the good work that Rotary does. We had to leave in between to meet the president, and when we went to the president, हमने कहा 100 children you send and we will do free heart surgeries. And I'm happy to say all of those children have started coming, and the surgeries have started happening here with Rajendra Agarwal, a few of them, but the majority of them with Sandeep Agarwal. Thank you, Sandeep, for doing that. The Nigerian children are going to Delhi. The Ethiopian children have started coming to Bangalore already. So great work is happening. एक बच्चे की जब हार्ट सर्जरी होती है ना, उसकी जिंदगी बदल जाती है. So friends, the biggest gift we are given is the power to touch a life, to change, to make a difference in the circle of life. If we can reach out with our hand, heart and soul, the magic will begin to happen as the wheel begins to roll. So let us all turn the wheel together so all humanity thrives. For we have the power and the magic to serve, to change lives. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, RIP Shekhar Mehta. Sir, absolutely, sir. We now request DG Sandeep Agarwala, President, Rotary Club of Bombay, Mr. Vineet Bhatnagar, to felicitate immediate past Rotary International President, Rotarian Shekhar Mehta. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we continue with a big round of applause. An absolute pleasure to have the Shekhar Mehta with us. Shekhar sir, just one bit from our end. DG Sandeep Agarwala sir mentioned, Nikita, you have to ask this question to RIP Shekhar Mehta absolutely mandatorily. So sir, you are the 4th Indian in 116 years to be nominated as the President of Rotary International for the year 2021-22. Firstly, a big round of applause. I don't know how you did it. So what is that one quality that RIP Shekhar Mehta has that makes him stand above the rest? That one quality, sir. Full bragging rights. Oh, absolutely.
My strong belief in saying, service is the rent I pay for the space I occupy on this earth.
Sir, आप ये copyright करवा लीजिए. I'll be using this very soon. These are lines that you quote to sound very smart in other sessions, right? Fantastic, sir. What a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, again, a big round of applause for the amazing Shekhar Mehta. Fantastic. Thank you. All right. And here to mesmerize us again, we have the amazing Geometrical Poi. Geometrical Poi, stage is all yours. Come on up, stars. Lights off. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the amazing, amazing geometrical boy. And now moving on to our next segment. For our next segment, we have Inner Wheel Club District Chairman Mita Seth. Miss Mita Seth, we invite Miss Mita Seth to kindly come on up. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Ma'am, that has to be one of the most eye-catching collar. Wow, that's gorgeous. So the gorgeous collar and the gorgeous Mita Seth. Ladies and gentlemen, ma'am, stage is all yours. Thank you so much.
Sydenham College. She joined the Rotary Club of Bombay Queen's Necklace and majorly contributed to programs like World Vision and Muna. Mita completed her postgraduate studies in financial management from KC College. In college, Mita met fellow Rotaractor and soulmate Ketan, and they married in 1992 and have two competent and efficient sons, Harshil and Purav. Mita later joined a portfolio management company and guided HNIs and corporate. In 2011, Mita became a founding member of the Inner Wheel Club of Bombay Bayview. Mita helmed the club in 2012 as its president. She launched the club website and created social media awareness for the club. She also set up an organic garden to give the daughters of sex workers nutrition and good health. Envisaged and executed a unique fundraising shopping bazaar, Prayas, at Phoenix Market City. In 2014, as club treasurer, she introduced e-receipts to support environmental protection. In 2016, she helped her club conduct a one-of-a-kind sports event for children with special needs that the incumbent governor of Maharashtra, Vidyasagar Rao, attended. Subsequently, Mita held many posts in Inner Wheel District 314. As district editor, she launched its Facebook page. As district ISO, she undertook Bharat Ke Veer project, where she collected rupees 45 lakhs, getting national recognition for Inner Wheel District 314. As district treasurer, she introduced digital receipts in the district, and as district vice chairman, she has just completed a workshop for teaching a certified course in Canva. Through her commitment to social upliftment, in the year as district chairman of Inner Wheel District 314, Mita wears many hats and fulfills many responsibilities and stands for being the complete and holistic woman.
District Governor Sandeep, I think he's not here. First Lady Malini, past district governors, Alpha presidents, Rotarians, Rotarians, and of course my Inner Wheel members. It is my honor and privilege to address this august gathering as the leader of Inner Wheel District 314, which is part of one of the largest voluntary women's service organization, International Inner Wheel, which is set to march into its centennial year in the year 2024. Inner Wheel District 314 comprises of 83 clubs spread over Mumbai, Navi Mumbai and Thane, and we have more than 3,600 enterprising women, which many of us are sitting here. And Inner Wheel District 314 in its 54th year and has been forefront in undertaking several large and sustainable projects which have truly enhanced the living conditions of the underserved, both in rural and urban areas. This year at Inner Wheel, branding Inner Wheel, serving the community and highlighting our dependency on nature have been our primary objectives. Additionally, many vital causes such as environment, women empowerment, education are also covered. However, along with all that, we have paid added attention to our members and their enhancement, ensuring that we consciously better ourselves with each passing day. I would now like to showcase the wonderful work done by the 3,600 dynamic women in the last 7 months. We have set up a fully equipped rural health center at Safale for the benefit of 2 lakh tribal and rural population, wherein medical facilities such as the Gynac OPD, dental OPD and Opthal OPD we have set up at Safale where medical facilities were lacking. 2 hamlets comprising of 100 families each were given a complete makeover, our very own happy Inaugural villages. We provided water, education, recreation and income to them, making the makeover holistic and growth-centered for them. We have also set up an Inaugural orchard with 1,000 fruit-bearing trees for them. Our urban initiatives include setting up a cancer prevention and research center at Kama, including a lecture hall for the students and medical equipments at the cytology clinic. A senior citizen daycare center with a garden of tranquility for the geriatric population. This is a pilot project. This model will be replicated in many areas of the cities once we take learning from this first center. Digitalization. We took up technical progression as our central focus this year. This initiative included to first educate our members and connect them with technology, and then make an online reporting mandatory. We have still free online classes going on in Microsoft Office and Canva for our members. The mobile app, which was introduced this year, is a landmark introduction this year. Branding. Branding initiatives have been a key performance indicator of Inaugural Manual in recent times, which we have etched for posterity at Lokhandwala in Andheri by beautifying this island and branding Inaugural District 314 in one of the prime areas of our city. Additionally, we have installed 50 water coolers across various railway stations in Mumbai along the central and western lines. The project is in collaboration with Bharatiya Railway Parivar and Welfare Association and Indian Railways, benefiting commuters and also branding Inaugural in one of the busiest areas of the city. Last but not the least, sir, we have participated with our great nation in celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Bharat Ke Veer is a tribute to our brave hearts, our Jawans who have sacrificed their lives for our country so that we can live in ours in peace. It was a campaign started by us on 1st July 2022. Our humble endeavor to take care of the families of our martyrs so that they can lead a life of dignity and respect. This culminated on the Republic Day on 26 Jan by a mega live musical concert by Javed Ali at the prestigious NCPA auditorium, attended by 850 people. A total sum of rupees 1.5 crores was donated towards this noble cause under the initiative taken by Inaugural District 314 to the Government of India under the Bharat Ke Veer initiative. Friends, every individual sitting in this room, irrespective of their age, has added value and meaning to their lives by being part of these amazing organizations. So I wish you many such value additions in the future as you continue enjoying Inaugural and Rotary and everything it offers. Thank you, District Governor Sandeep and Malini, for your kind invitation and warm hospitality. Thank you, everybody, for a patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause. A big round of applause for Inaugural Club's District Chairman, Mita Seth. Mita Seth, what an absolutely amazing presentation that was. And I repeat, that has to be the most stunning caller that I've ever seen in my entire life. Absolutely amazing, just like our amazing Mita Seth. Of course, we now invite past President Preeti Mehta and immediate past President Shehnaz Vakil to felicitate District Chairman Inaugural District 314, Mita Seth. Super women, kindly come on up. Kindly come on up. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Wow. This is the energy that we're looking for. Thank you so much, Faliza. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mita. May I request our Sergeant at Arms and all our volunteers to please goad everyone back into the auditorium for the ultimate session. It's the last session where we have a very powerful speaker, none other than Rotary International Director Kamal Sanghvi. You know what a fantastic speaker he is. May I request those of you who are trickling out, there's nothing going on outside, stay on for another 10 minutes. We are at the fag end of the session. It would be befitting for all of you to come in. And may I request our team to please ask everyone standing outside and who are the outstanding Rotarians of today to come back and become the insiders. Thank you.
Thank you, DG sir. An absolute pleasure. And now moving on to our next segment. For our next segment, wow, there's something very exciting going on. Sir, आपको देख के सीटी बंद हो जाएगी आप. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for our next segment, we have the past Rotary International Director, Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi. Can we have Mr. Sanghvi on stage with us? Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause.
A graduate of Kasturba Medical College in Manipal, India. With a degree in pharmaceutical sciences, Kamal Sanghvi is the managing director of a family-owned banking, financing and construction conglomerate. Sanghvi joined Rotary in 1991 and has served RI as a training leader, chair Rotary Institute, RI committee member, president's representative, and in numerous other capacities. He helped establish 28 vocational training centers for women and coordinated 11 polio corrective surgery camps that treated thousands of patients. Sanghvi says one of his proudest achievements was leading a Rotary initiative, Aman Ki Asha, that helped 200 Pakistani children get heart surgeries in India. A pioneer of vocational training centers for women, has set up 28 such centers in his district, Saheli centers. He has coordinated 11 polio corrective surgery camps and 2 artificial limb camps. He has co-founded the Shelter Kids program and Rotary India Literacy Mission. A member of the Rotary Club of Dhanbad, he served as the governor of District 3250 in 2005 to 2006. He has served Rotary International as director 2019 to 2021. In addition, he served Rotary International as international training leader twice, member of the RI Rotaract Interact community and RI Leadership Development and Planning Committee, RRFC, RPIC, Convener Rotary Centennial Summit 2020, Chair Rotary Institute 2011, Chair GETS, Chair Rotary South Asia Summit, Chair Presidential Conference, Coordinator Multi-District PETS, amongst others. He has represented Rotary International Presidents as their representative 10 times to USA, Pakistan, Australia, Philippines, New Zealand, Bombay, and all. An acclaimed orator, he has addressed more than 400 PETS and district assemblies, conferences, seminars. For his selfless service, he has been awarded the Service Above Self Award and 4 Avenue Service Award by Rotary International. TRF has bestowed the Citation for Meritorious Service and Distinguished Service Award on him. He is a Level 2 Major Donor and Bequest Society member. Married to Sonal, an architect with whom he has 2 children, Khwab, who is pursuing PhD in cancer cell biology in Germany, and Ravishu, who is a computer engineer working at Swiss Bank, India.
Thank you. Good evening. We are moving into tea time, and जब हम आ रहे थे 2 दिन पहले, when we were traveling from Dhanbad to Bombay, तो सोनल मेरी एकलौती पत्नी, सोनी, could you please rise? Please acknowledge her. मेरी एकलौती पत्नी है. सोनल ने पूछा कि कमल कहाँ जा रहे हैं? Where are we going? I said we are going to Bombay to Sandeep's conference. और जा रहे हैं खुदा और दोस्तों को खोजने के लिए, जा रहे हैं खुदा को, दोस्तों को खोजने के लिए, ये चाहत में कि पहले खुदा मिल जाएंगे तो एक अच्छे दोस्तों को खोज लेंगे। लेकिन यहां आया तो पहले दोस्त मिल गए, खुदा की तो जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी मुझे। So thank you all of you for having us here. Thank you Sandeep for having Sonal and me. It is actually, like Shekhar said, deja vu. We were there in a program, I think about a year back in this district only, and probably probably Katarina, I was president's representative to 2 of the conferences in this district. But having said that, you are one of the most fortunate people in the world. One of the most fortunate people in the world, because Jennifer has chosen one of the most erudite Rotary leaders across the world. That is Katarina. Let's give her a warm applause for that. Let me tell you, friends, I have had the honor of serving on the board of the Rotary International with her, and I have yet to find a lady who's more knowledgeable on Rotary matters. So do take out time and spend some time with her during the course of this conference. In presence of hope, in presence of faith, there is hope. In presence of hope, there is love. And in presence of love, miracles take place. I see miracles of Rotary every day, miracles of giving food to the hungry, miracles of giving sight to the blind, miracles of giving shelter to the homeless, miracles of giving sight to the blind. I see miracles, miracles of making a child get up and letting him live the life he deserves. I see miracles every day of Rotary. And these miracles are done by each one of you. Each one of you out here is an angel of giving. You are doing God's own work. You are making the mankind a better place to live in. You are doing things which people are meant to be doing. You are doing Bhagwan apni khud ke karyat aapke haathon se karte hain, and that is the fantastic work which you are doing. Each one of you is an angel of giving. But the question now I ask is, if each one of you is an angel of giving, and if we are doing and making the mankind a better place to, world a better place to live in, why do Rotarians leave Rotary? Kyun? Why do Rotarians? If we are doing God's own work, why do Rotarians leave us? Friends, the answer is very simple. There are 2 greatest reasons why Rotarians leave us. The first reason which Rotary leaves, either they are priced out or they are worked out. और मैं अक्सर ये कहता हूँ और आज भी दोहराऊंगा, रोटरी प्यार मोहब्बत और इश्क की कहानी है, भाईचारे की कहानी है, रोटरी स्नेह और मोहब्बत की कहानी है. Every day you need to experience love in Rotary. You need to look back, talk. Can I ask each one of you to stand up and shake a hand with the person next door, one who is behind you? Can you all do that? Quickly. Just quickly shake hands and say hello to a person who's just behind you. Thank you. Thank you so much. My time's running out, okay? So this is what Rotary is all about. This is all Rotary is all about, shaking hands, loving each other in the club. Katarina spoke about the peace centers. You know, we talk about the peace centers, spreading peace across the world, but we are not in peace with ourselves. We are not in peace in our own clubs. We are not in peaceful out there. Peace, positive peace is what we are looking for. हम उसकी संदर्भ में हैं. You know what? दुनिया में आप सिर्फ एक मात्र लोग हैं जो दुनिया में तब्दीली ला सकते हैं. You are the few people in the world who can make a difference. You are the smile creators. Not many people in the world have the ability to change lives. You have the ability to change lives. You have the ability to create smiles on other people's faces. उसलिए मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ और आज भी कहूँगा, प्यार में ही है ताकत, प्यार में ही है ताकत स्ट्रेंथ को डिफीट करने की. प्यार में ही है ताकत, वरना सुदामा में कहाँ ताकत थी? कृष्ण से पैर धुलवाने की. ये पैर धुलवाने की, you know, it's all about love. That is how Sudama got Krishna to get Krishna to come and wash his feet. और हमेशा मैं ये भी कहता हूं कि हमें क्लब में वी नीड टू स्प्रेड भाईचारा। तलवार बनने की कोशिश मत कीजिए, तलवार सिर्फ काटती है। हमें सुई बनने की कोशिश करना चाहिए। सुई पिरोती है, सुई धागा में, अगर सुई में धागा डाल दे तो रफू करती है, जोड़ती है। ईच रोटेरियन हैज टू बी लाइक द नीडल विच स्टिचेस इन योर ओन क्लब। और जब स्टिचेस की बात करते हैं और प्यार की बातें कहते हैं तो मैं ये हमेशा एक छोटी सी कहानी याद आती है। कहानी है फूल की, रोज की। फूल खुशबू देता है, फूल हमेशा खुशबू देता है। तो किसी ने फूल से पूछा कि तुमने खुशबू दी, तुम्हें क्या मिला? किसी ने फूल से पूछा तुम्हें खुशबू दी, तुम्हें क्या मिला? तो फूल ने बड़े प्यार से कहा, लेना देना तो व्यापार है, जो दे के कुछ न मांगे वही प्यार है। ईच रोटेरियन को फूल बनना पड़ेगा और खुशबू स्प्रेड करनी पड़ेगी, नहीं अपने देश में, अपनी गलियों में, अपने क्लब में। You need to handhold. Someone came in this world and brought you into this fantastic world of Rotary. It is now your time. It is your now time to go and catch somebody else and bring him or her into Rotary. It is your time to go out. Staying in your safety zones is not going to change anything. Going out into the uncharted territory, going out and meeting people, bringing them into this fantastic world of Rotary, because you are enjoying the joy of giving. You are enjoying the fruits of love in your own club. It is now your time that you go out and bring somebody, hold somebody and bring them into this fantastic world of Rotary. अक्सर हम ये भी कहते हैं कि जब हम देने की बात करते हैं, तो एक छोटी सी कहानी मुझे याद आती है। ये कहानी एक सेठ और एक साहूकार और एक भिखारी की थी। एक भिखारी सुबह सुबह साहूकार के पास जाता है। द साहूकार अपनी दुकान खोल रहा है एंड द भिखारी गोज टू हिम एंड सेज, सेठ जी कुछ तो दे दीजिए, 2 दिन से भूखा हूं। साहूकार ऐसे ही धिक्कार देता है, कहता है चले जाओ यहां से, सुबह अभी 8 बजे है, बोहनी भी नहीं हुए। फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ अस बिजनेसमैन सुबह की बोहनी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड वो धिक्कार देता है। एंड देन इट सेंड्स हिम अवे। वही भिखारी फिर से पीछे से आवाज देता है, सर कुछ तो दे दीजिए, 3 दिन से भूखे हैं, बच्चा भी भूखा है घर में। उस साहूकार ने फिर उसे धिक्कार दिया और आगे चलने लगा। तो भिखारी ने पीछे से आवाज दी, सेठ जी कम से कम जाते जाते अपने पैरों तले एक मुट्ठी धूल तो दे दीजिए। उस सेठ जी ने बिना सोचे उसे एक मुट्ठी धूल उठाकर एंड गिव इट इन द हैंड ऑफ दैट बेगर एंड ही स्टार्टेड वॉकिंग अवे। As soon as he started walking away, and he realized what he's done, and he turned around and asked that beggar, उस भिखारी से पूछा कि तुम एक मुट्ठी धूल का क्या करोगे? उस भिखारी ने कहा कि सर एक मुट्ठी धूल का तो कुछ नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन कम से कम आपको देने की आदत तो पड़ गई। फ्रेंड्स, दिस देने की आदत, एंड ये देने की आदत के लिए जैसे नीरव कहता है बहुत सारे हाथों की जरूरत पड़ेगी। Yes, you need more people. More the people, the more service we can render. And the more the people is the more the membership. Rotary International says it, the highest priority, corporate priority of Rotary International is members. You know, we all the time talk about membership. We always fill from the top. Shekhar has proved in his last, when he was the president, each one bring one, that we have no problem in filling the bucket. The problem which we have, and once your club is vibrant, you will see it will run. And friends, if you have friends in Rotary, not only they will go with you to heaven, they will even travel with you to hell. So please, bring in. And now coming to bringing in Rotarians. Bringing in Rotarians. How many of you have son and children's and brother and sister or an uncle, auntie above the age of 30? Can you all raise your hands? How many of you have children, brother and sister, or uncle and auntie above the age of 30? Can you all raise your hands? If you have 2, you can raise both hands. And I want the photographer to please photograph this, okay? Each one of you, just raise your hands. Okay, how many of those children which you have, carry on raising your hands, please. How many of those children are Rotarians? 600 people in this hall, 1,200 hands up. And now I only see about 10 hands up saying that our children or our brother and sister are Rotarian. If you can't, अगर आप अपने बच्चों को Rotarian नहीं बनाते हैं, तो आप किसी और के बच्चों को Rotarian कैसे बना सकते हैं? Go back there, bring them into Rotary. It is extremely important that we bring our own children, we bring our own. Now I want all the spouses to rise in this. All the women who are in this hall, can you please rise? Yes, please rise. You know, invariably लोग ये कहते हैं कि behind every successful woman there is a man. Absolutely rubbish. Behind every successful woman they say there is a man, right? They say that, right? Absolutely idiotic statement. Behind every successful woman, you need to carry 2 more women. Can you do that? So each one of you, are you going to bring 2 more women into Rotary? Yes or no? Can you all raise your hand? And I want a big loud. So chalo, chhod khadak, chhod all of you, each one of you women. You need to do that. You need to take your own space into Rotary. Nobody's going to give it to you on a platter. You need to bring it and acquire it. And so that's why I say that. And you know what? Any organization cannot prosper when its women's strength is only 14%. We have to have equity. Equity is something which an organization needs because women have 2 things which no man can ever have. Women have 2 things which no man can ever have. Women can give birth, they can create life. Men can never ever create life. God has given you this gift. So go out there and claim your space. And also women have आंचल. उसके पास आंचल होता है जो प्यार का प्रतीक होता है. जननी होती हैं आप. So each one of you need to go there and get 2 more Rotarians, in the women Rotarians into this Rotary world. Then only Rotary will be able to prosper. Coming to the last part of my story. You know, invariably we feel that Rotary is a rocket science. We have this thought process that it's a very complicated. What I always want to tell you that Rotary is all about love. Enjoy Rotary, have fun. We are not manufacturing rockets here or creating science laboratories. We are in the business of human business. We are in business of creating smiles. We are in the business of spreading love. We are in the business of making other people feel happy. We are in the business of creating joy. You are the joy creators. And let me tell each one of you, joy is portable. Wherever you go, carry joy with you. It is extremely important that we Rotarians carry joy with each of us whenever we travel. And having said that, invariably लोग ये भी कहते हैं, ये मत करो, वो मत करो. आज गोवा में हैं आप. अक्सर लोग ये कहेंगे 12 से 2 के बीच में मत जाओ, बहुत तेज धूप है. बहुत तेज धूप है. And then probably when it starts raining in Goa, you will also say that बाहर मत जाओ, सर्दी लग जाएगी. So having said that, I would like to end my speech with this one small. बशीर बद्र ने इसका उल्टा कहा है. और मैं हमेशा भी ये कहता हूँ कि जियो रोटरी में. So बशीर बद्र ने कहा है कि खुद को इतना भी मत बचाया करो. खुद को रोटेरियंस इतना भी मत बचाया करो. बारिश आए तो भीग जाया करो. Then only you'll be able to spread love. बारिश आए तो भीग जाया करो. चांद लेकर कोई नहीं देगा. चांद लेकर कोई नहीं देगा. अपने चेहरों में जगमगाया करो. रोटेरियंस चांद लाकर कोई नहीं देगा. अपने चेहरों में दर्द जगमगाया करो. दर्द हीरा है, दर्द मोती है. दर्द हीरा है, दर्द मोती है. दर्द आंखों में व्यर्थ मत बहाया करो. काम लो कुछ इन हसीन होठों का. काम लो कुछ इन हसीन होठों का. बातों बातों में मुस्कुराया करो. धूप मायूस लौट जाएगी. धूप मायूस लौट जाएगी. किसी भी बहाने छत पे जाया करो. साहिब सिंह, धूप मायूस लौट जाएगी. किसी भी बहाने बीच पे जाके नहाया करो. क्योंकि यू आर इन गोवा. दोस्तों, बातों बातों में मुस्कुराया करो. एंड दैट इज व्हाई आई से, कौन कहता है दिल मिलाने को. कौन कहता है दिल मिलाने को. कम से कम हाथ मिलाया करो. Because when you spread your hands, when you lend your hands, that is the time you make the world and change the world into a better place. And ultimately आप कहूँगा, for each of you Rotarians, मुस्कुराया करो. आंखों से आंसू बहा करो. अगर ये राज जानना है कि हर परवाना जल रहा है क्यों. हर परवाना जलता है. हम भी रोटेरियंस जलते हैं. तो अगर ये राज जानना है कि परवाना जल रहा है क्यों, तो रोटेरियंस खुद को जलाया करो. God bless each one of you. And can I have a new slogan, each one of you, before I go? Each one? Each one? And can I have a rise that within the next 6 months, each one of you are going to propose one Rotarian into Rotary? Can we do that? All right, for Sandeep, all right? Because when you do your good work, Sandeep becomes the next James Bond of India, right? Are you going to do that? Thank you, Sandeep and Malini, for that opportunity, and thank you again, and thank you each one of you. Have a great year in Rotary service and enjoy yourself. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you have a big round of applause for past Rotary International Director, the one, the only, कमल संघवी. कमल सर, आपने एक बहुत ही प्यारी लाइन बताई, एक लौती पत्नी. माय गॉड, हार्ट टचिंग सर. प्रभु की कभी कृपा होगी तो हमारा भी एक लौता पति होगा, पर बहुत ही ज्यादा कृपा होगी तो 2 लौते भी हो सकते हैं. Waiting for that day, sir. What an absolute pleasure, and of course we request the amazing Mr. DG Sandeep Agarwala and our amazing Mr. Vineet Bhatnagar. Vineet sir, kindly come on up. The President Rotary Club of Bombay, Mr. Vineet Bhatnagar. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye to present the amazing Mr. Kamal with the token of our appreciation. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And stage is